and welcome to another exciting episode of Way of the Brush with me, your host, Kris, aka the Name Butcher, aka Hey You Get Off My Lawn, aka Kris, you're being creepy again. Way of the Brush, the most informative 120 minutes on the internet on the wargaming lifestyle. We'll talk about painting, terrain, conversions, and just about anything under the sun, meaning no topics are barred. We'll talk about anything and everything. So, first time viewers, be warned. I also forgot to pull up something here. Thought I was prepared, but apparently I'm not. If you are attending live, you can ask your questions in the chat, whichever direction it might be in for you. And of course, if you're not watching this live and you're watching this after I've already posted it and blah, 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 you could ask your questions to Kris@wayofthebrush.com. It is in the description below, as well as a link to wayofthebrush.com. Central hub of all the silliness, has links for all the social medias, as well as Discord. Discord's been fantastic. We keep the conversation rolling there 24/7, so feel free to join us on Discord. Everybody's really good there. There's only one rule: don't be a dick. That's really about it. And we have tons of sharing, and yeah, social medias all over the place, all that stuff, right? So yeah. Also at wayofthebrush.com is a link for t-shirts. Want to get yourself a t-shirt? Look like a connoisseur of all that is good and holy in this world? They're wearing a Way of the Brush t-shirt. And if you purchase yourself a shirt, send a picture of yourself in your shirt, and I will add it to the Monkey Shrine, which eventually I'll probably add into, whenever I get around to redoing the intro to this program. I'll probably splice it all in. In fact, I think what would be perfect is if it was like, just from beginning to end, just all the monkeys and, just stuff and, having fun. Of course, too, this year not having Adepticon, that would have been a great opportunity to get some pictures. Jeez Louise. Whoa. Oh, Sir Peanut Butter. Thank you. Scared the crap out of me. You're interrupting my spiel here, bro. Where was I? Oh, yeah, wayofthebrush.com has links for Patreon. I'm independent. It's how I keep the lights on. It's how I keep this whole thing rolling. And it's pretty much all I do now. So if you want to help support the channel, help to support the channel to grow and expand and become even better, Patreon's how it's going to happen. And of course, I got varying tiers of support. So click whatever makes sense to you. And a huge thank you to everybody who does. And a huge thank you to everybody who currently supports and people who just recently joined up. Huge thank you to all of you. All utes. All you utes. If you're not able to support monetarily, i.e. money, thumbing up the video, liking, following, subscribing, and sharing the video all help as well. And all it takes is a couple clicks of a button, and you're helping me out a great deal. So, might consider that as well. Speaking of consideration, big thank you to our friend, Guymere Alfer, a.k.a. Carl, a.k.a. Beer and Blood Bowl. That's his YouTube channel. We always take time to thank Carl, even though he is no longer with us, for taking the time out of his busy day for creating the email jingles that play before the email segments of the show. So always much love to Carl. And of course, speaking of love, much love to my baby brother Evan for creating the intro, outro music that plays at the beginning and end of this program. Always much love to my baby bro Evan for being, such a creative individual that he is. Talented, creative. I'm not going to say handsome because, I think I'm far prettier than him. I'm going to pay for that, I'm sure. If you're into rare comics, check them out. EB Comics. It's in the description below. If you're into comics and, you're looking for rarities, he deals. He's like that guy in the white van. And he's got the trench coat and he's got the comic books. You gotta need some comic books. He's got the rarities. He's got your hookup. And so check him out. That just all sounded really bad. What have I got here? Who's joining us? I can see Mike Grimshaw. Good afternoon, monkeys. Evan Belleau. Sup, everybody? Sir Peanut Butter. Morning, Kris and peeps. Video is in the warp currently. Why is it all messed up? I don't see messed up. No. Looks okay to me. Ghost Star Mandalux. Hey, Kris and Monkey. Shotgun a lot of beers last night. Whoops. Well, you're in college, university. It's kind of expected. And yet, it's really quite interesting, really. I mean, okay, we're already getting things rolling here. It's really quite interesting how we treat, going to college, and, how basically overindulging in alcohol is seen as the norm, It's really quite funny. But drink responsibly, buddy. Anyway. Mike Grimshaw, wait, did he say a tasteful pic? Because I have been waiting to send nudes. Yeah, no dick pics, please. No dick pics, please. Broker, sup peeps? Sup. Daniel Horton. Hey, how are you doing? What you think about the new Mandarin? The new Mandarin series? The new Mandarin series? I'm going to pretend you said Mandalorian. I'm not familiar with a Mandarin series, as it really wouldn't, do me a lot of good because, well, I don't speak Mandarin. So, I'd have a hard time following along. Mind you, if it had subtitles, sure, but otherwise, like I've watched a lot of movies that were in Mandarin, but they had subtitles, and there was a lot of the, sword fighting and, ancient China and stuff like that, right? So, but if we're talking about The Mandalorian, I've been enjoying the second season so far. I'm kind of surprised. Oh, I guess I shouldn't give any spoilers. I was just about to spoil something, but anyway, what I really enjoy, I'll try and keep this as broad as possible. What I really enjoy, and a lot of people have mentioned this, that it is it's a lot of good fan service, and it is, it's hitting all those beats that everybody who's a big fan of the original trilogy wanted more of, right? And the prequels are fine. They kind of give you a beginning point, although some of the stuff seems a little unnecessary, but whatever. It's not as tightly defined as, say, the original series, because the original series it's pretty straightforward. It's a straightforward film, or series of films, as you just follow a set of characters, and that's it, right? You're following Luke for the most part, right? And then what happens to the Leia and Han, right? And that's it, right? It's all you get. Whereas the prequels, you got a whole bunch of characters, and it tries to tell this broader story, and this, and it tries to give all these characters their screen time, and I don't think it's entirely necessary. It should have just stuck with, Anakin. Essentially, it should have been just Anakin. And in the first film, I don't think we needed an entire film of just child Anakin. We should have gotten, just like bits and parts, and fill the gaps in through the movies about like his childhood and stuff like that, and it was a lot of unnecessary stuff, and yeah, really it should have just all been really more concentrated on, obviously how he comes to be a Jedi, and then how he, fails at it essentially and turns to the dark side, right? Because essentially, like episode 3, that's really the only film you need. Maybe some of Attack of the Clones, sure, right? Just to develop on, how he falls in love with Padme and, all that. Sure, But like the first film, episode 1, it didn't really need to happen, We didn't really need it. Whenever I recommend, and one of my son's friends, he has never watched any of the Star Wars films, but he wanted to watch Mandalorian, and he was watching it, and he watched the first season, and he thoroughly enjoyed it. And so he was more curious about it. And he's even played games, because him and my son are video game buddies. They're Xbox buddies. And they play Battlefront, the first one and the second one, together. And he's not familiar with it, but he enjoys, first-person shooters and, running around causing mayhem and pew-pew, right? Everybody loves pew-pew. And he was not familiar with it. So my son was trying to figure out, okay, well, how do I get him into it? Do I just start him at episode 1 and then just have him go off, or start him at like Rogue One, or, you know what I mean? Because he's a big fan of Rogue One as well. And, I was like, no. I said, start him the way everybody should start into Star Wars. And which is essentially the Machete Order, what is famously called the Machete Order. which is basically you start off at episode 4, A New Hope, right? Then you go to episode 5. It has its big reveal. Then you view episode 2 and 3 like a flashback. Finish with episode 6, and then go anywhere you want from that point. And that should get you right into, you know, into the whole Star Wars side of things, you know. And I like that order. I like that order because it makes sense. And when you view it in those 5 films, Star Wars, at least from the Skywalker perspective, it makes sense. It makes sense. Which is why 7, 8, 9, you know, fail, essentially. They fail in that regard to complete that story. Because they introduce new characters when Star Wars, the film stuff, is considered the Skywalker saga. And yet 7, 8, 9 have very little to do with Skywalker other than Kylo, right? And, you know, they could have told a much better story, especially in these divided times we live in, on the North American side of things, and I imagine pretty much anywhere in the Western world, as they say, can relate to, you know, family divided, right? Essentially, you could have told a story from that point, right, between the children of the Skywalker children and a divided family, you know. I mean, that would have been a far more compelling story and a far more relatable story, because even like the first Star Wars film, you know, it's mostly relatable, right? The hero's journey, of course, but you know. So anyway, yeah. So that's what I always recommend is the machete order, which is at least that's the way I've always heard this referred to as, is the machete order. Episode 4, episode 5, view episode 2 and 3 like a flashback, and then finish with episode 6. And then go from anywhere from that point. You can watch episode 1 as auxiliary. You can watch Rogue One, Han Solo, and you know what I mean? And you can get into all these other aspects of Star Wars. And The Mandalorian is like, it's basically amalgamating all of the auxiliary stuff, right? Even the animated stuff, Rebels and Clone Wars cartoon, right? It's bringing all that stuff in. We're seeing like a lot of influences all over the place. A lot of Rebels, I would sense. A lot of Rebels. And I've been really enjoying Mandalorian. It's a lot of fun. This last episode was fantastic, but every episode of Mandalorian is just really, really fun. It's a really, really fun show. That's fun. I can't say any more other than spoiling. To answer your question, Daniel, if you were talking about Mandalorian and not Mandarin. Fumble. Hello. William will see. Any thoughts on the new Blood Bowl Season 2? I'm going to get it. It's not out yet, is it? Does it go for pre-order today? I have to head down to my my friendly local and pick up a box. But yeah, I'm gonna get it because I mean it's got new humans, and I'm a human player in Blood Bowl. I like playing humans in Blood Bowl. I mean I'll play whatever, but you know, humans are my favorite. I don't know. I just like playing human. And human in Blood Bowl is kind of like how humans are treated in fantasy and in 40K. How basically, you know, like they're kind of the middle. And then you have, you know, extremes either way, right? They're kind of like a thermometer, 0. And some teams are plus 0, and then some are minus 0, right? And so, you know, whereas humans are always kind of seen as like, almost like default, really. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely going to pick up a box. And I'm excited for those new humans, new orcs. I mean, what's not to like? They automatically come with big guys, so big guns. So, you know, what's not to like, you know? And it's Blood Bowl. And, you know, yeah, I'm getting it. And yeah, the humans already come with Griff Oberwald. I bought the Forge World Griff Oberwald, which I have not painted yet. But yeah. Anyway. Sir Peanut Butter was on my end. Rip. Heretic Scott, drink responsibly. No such thing here. True. Well, I assume Heretic Scott, you're in Scotland. And I mean, I have not been to Scotland myself, but I hear stories. I hear stories about Scotland and how it sounds like a magical place. Lovely people, lovely. And there happens to be some drinking. I was in Nottingham, and yeah, I was told that it seems like a lot of people in the UK are functional alcoholics, and I believe it. Having witnessed it, I believe it. I'm not judging. You know, if I lived there all the time, yeah, I'd probably be functional alcoholic as well. Just the idea of living on an island, it just kind of freaks me out, especially if you only drive 4 hours that way, 4 hours that way, and you know you're you've circumvented the whole, or driven through the entire country. In Canada, it's not that simple. Ghost of Starman Deluxe. Nah, we don't drink responsibly here at university. A lot of beers. I ended up coming back up again. Also, no Mando spoilers. I haven't seen yesterday's episode yet. You haven't seen yet? Oh yeah, well, you're drinking. It was good. It was good. I enjoyed it. I mean, if you are a fan of Clone Wars and Rebels, again, like I said, you're going to like where this goes. And yeah. Raziel, happy, beautiful Saturday. It is a wonderful Saturday. The air is cool. The sun is shining, it's warmer. It's pretty cool. I think it says it's +2 out. It's getting cold. We're getting close to 0. It's getting close to freezing. But it's still nice. I like it. Nice brisk. Mike Grimshaw. I am finding now that the majority of my favorite Star Wars characters come from things outside the Skywalker saga. Like what? Like stuff in the Clone Wars and Rebels? Sure. I mean, you know, we have our favorites. I mean, like, you know. And Star Wars, as far as spin-offs and, you know, storytelling, I mean, you can tell stories all sorts of different ways in Star Wars. You know, you're really only limited by your imagination, and, you know, like, you don't need weak, freaky deaky aliens in it to tell a compelling story. You don't need lightsabers in it to tell a compelling story. You know, it helps. It's icing, right? It's the little sprinkles on the cupcake, but you know, doesn't need it. At least good stuff, anyway. James and Kent, afternoon. Kris, afternoon, everyone. Afternoon. Broker, speaking of Star Wars episodes, I've always wondered why the chronology and order of release on the movies was so all over the place. It's probably pretty confusing for anybody who wants to do a Star Wars marathon watching party. A Star Wars watching marathon party, I highly recommend the Machete order. Like, as I mentioned, especially for anybody who's not familiar with Star Wars, who's been interested, and by now is kind of intimidated by all the cinematic stuff, right? And never mind just the TV shows. But yeah, I highly recommend going episode 4, 5, then watching 2 and 3 as a flashback, and then finishing with episode 6. That's really one of the best ways. And when you do it in that order, how 7, 8, and 9 should have went just by judging from the films, what we know from the films. Never mind any of the books and comics and stuff like that, and you know, all the extra shit that's out there. Just judging it by the films and where you would assume a story would go, judging by the films, 7, 8, and 9 kind of like depart. They are like the episode 7 is nostalgic just for nostalgia's sake, right? And you know, that's not enough. That's not enough. 8 tries to veer things back, you know, onto Star Wars, and then again you depart again on episode 9. So it's, you know, but anyway, yeah. When you watch the movies in that order, so 4, 5, 2, 3, and then watch 6. 6 takes on a different tone after watching 2 and 3, and then watching 6. Especially if you've not really watched Star Wars before, or it's been a while since you've watched them. You know, because I mean, like me, man, I mean, you can count on both hands how many times within a year I'll watch Star Wars. I watch Star Wars often. Not the same movie on loop or anything like that, but I jump between fourth and rewatch. I've already watched Mandalorian, the first season. I've watched that, I think, 3 or 4 times now. The whole season. I've gone through the whole thing. And loved it. Loved it. Every time. It keeps getting funnier every time I see it. But yeah, as far as all over the place, and then after you've done, especially if you're not familiar with Star Wars, or your friends are not familiar with it, yeah, after you've done like those 5 movies, yeah, you can go anywhere after that. But don't, just because like say Rogue One was, you were a big fan of that one, don't start somebody off on Rogue One because because even Rogue One is a bit fan service, and it's an interesting story. It's a heist essentially, right? And but no. Start off how they were released. Now, why the movies were all released like that? Well, it's just the way it happens. And initially, when Star Wars first came out, I mean, like, it was re-edited. I mean, the original 3 films, the first 3 theatrical releases, have been re-edited to fit the rest of what's canon, essentially. So, and as new stuff gets released, the original stuff could get edited as well. Even the prequels, they can probably get edited, especially if it was still within Lucas's hands. I mean, I'm sure he'd re-edit and edit and edit and edit and edit and edit and edit. But anyway, no fucks given. I've been hoping for Mando to bring Sabine Wren and Ezra Bridger. I suspect the first one we may get, or because there's talk that Ahsoka gets her own show. And that would make sense because the way Rebels ends, spoiler, we see, because it's after Return of the Jedi, and it's Sabine and Ahsoka that go off to find Ezra. And I mean, that can be a presence, a show in itself, I don't know, what is Ahsoka considered? She's not retired. She's not a retired Jedi. She's not a fallen Jedi. She's an ex-Jedi, I guess, and a Mandalorian. I mean, that sounds like fun in itself, right? Fumble Blood Bowl Season 2 on pre-order today. Yes, super excited. It is pre-order today. I was just on the site. I didn't see it pre-ordered. You lie. You lie. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, you could be lying. I don't know. Maybe having fun with me. Playing with my emotions. No, I see books. I see a purple book, a green book, and a red book. A yellow book, and a blue book. Oh, and playing cards. Indominus playing cards. Are these just like regular playing cards? Just 40K'd up? Is that what they are? Yeah, I guess. A Joker. Ha, it's a Harlequin. I might get one. I was just about to start shitting on it, and I was I might get it. I was such a sucker. Box games. I'm heading over to Blood Bowl. Is it like... Oh, no, it's Necromunda. Where's Blood Bowl? Home Blood Bowl? No, I still see Season 1. Season 1. Lies. Lies. Don't turn my house into a house of lies. Lying to me. Or maybe I didn't get the email yet. Maybe not in Canada. Maybe in the UK you guys can already see that stuff. But yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it. Crap. Where the hell am I? I'm lost. Anthony B. Shotgun Beers. Daniel Horton. Do you think they do a spin-off version of Ahsoka Tano and her journey through the series? I think with a spin-off series, I think they do it where her and Sabine, at least that would be the logical point to start her story, because we already kind of know her story from Clone Wars and Rebels, and really Star Wars through that kind of lens becomes the story of Ahsoka, right? Because she's a part of since the second film, right? Like when the Clone Wars start, and then and she's basically a part of Star Wars since Episode 2, and right into Mandalorian now apparently. So, but yeah, I would totally watch an Ahsoka and Sabine show. That'd be awesome. I mean, you can have so much fun there, especially since she's an ex-Jedi and a Mandalorian. I mean, that's lots of ass kicking in that show. I mean, there would be tons of action in that show, right? At least I think. I don't know. Ghost Star Mandalux on Instagram post about the, without spelling, villains in last week's episode being based on a really old bit of Dagobah concept art that was scrapped. Knew I recognized them. Saw an Instagram post about the spoiling of the villains in last week's episode. In last week's episode, I'm not sure what you're referring to there. I don't know. Stop paying attention to those Instagram posts. It'll spoil the show for you. Anthony B, my birthday is Monday. What did you get me? Same thing I got you last year, with a little extra. So, yeah. You can expect more of that. Michael Fox, it's pretty rad there. It is pretty rad there. Where? Scotland? Or the UK? I like the UK. I wish I could have spent more time in the UK. I wanted to see more sights, and I wanted to check out more of the landscape, as it were. I wish I could have saw more of England and Scotland, Ireland. I mean, you could easily spend weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. You just might as well move there just to get the full experience, right? I'm not moving to England. Nobody freak out or anything. I wonder, come to think of it now, I wonder how many actual Native Americans actually moved to Europe and currently reside in Europe. I imagine it's probably not that big a number. I don't know. Are there any... Does anybody in Europe know of any resident Native Americans? Anybody who identifies as Native American? I don't know. Anyway. Anthony B, this season of Mando has been great. I would agree. Jabba's left nut. Did Kris just alcohol shame the whole of the UK? That's a bit rude. Shame? No, there's no judging. But that's what what I heard before going and seeing for myself was functional alcoholics, and my opinion of that was reinforced. But I loved it. It was great. Greenleaf Terrain, there he is. Hey, K. Belleau. Spelled my name wrong. Foxnull, afternoon from the Sioux. Afternoon, Foxnull. From the Sioux. The Sioux. The Sioux. Heretic Scott, episode 1 of the new season got me very excited. I'm sure having what I did with my Necrons and the certain characters they inspired by, you can tell why. Yeah. James Kent, we all agreed Chewbacca is the greatest character ever, though, right? Chewbacca? Sure. Although, I mean, Chewbacca's kind of like if you're viewing it from, even Chewbacca, right? The character of Chewbacca, he's in all of Star Wars, right? So, Star Wars could just as easily be the story of Chewbacca as well. He's kind of really, Chewbacca's more like the Forrest Gump of Star Wars. He's just at all these battles. He's at pivotal points in Star Wars history, and you know what I mean? And he's just kind of there doing this thing, saving the day. Disco Duke. Hey, Kris and fellow monkeys. How's everyone doing? I think I can't speak for everybody, but I'm doing okay. Mike Grimshaw. Yeah, growing up, it was all Luke and Han, but now, Han is still good, but characters like Rex, Ahsoka, Maul, during the Clone Wars, etc., makes me feel like Luke who? Yeah. Well, when you're judging like the movies, that's really, the movies should be like its own. Well, it is its own story because it's about, obviously the rise and fall of Anakin Skywalker, right? And, episode 1, 2, 3 is the rise of Skywalker. 4, 5, and 6 is the fall of Skywalker, or the redemption of Skywalker, and then 7, 8, 9 should have been the consequences of Skywalker, really. And that would have been an interesting 9-part story to tell, viewed in that kind of arc like that, But what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I don't make those calls, so, Broker. Dang, all this Mando speak is reminding me I got to catch up on the show. Yeah, you got to catch up, man. Got to catch up, because otherwise I'll spoil it. And I might as well just title this show Spoiler Cast, because I spoil the shit inadvertently. I don't do it on purpose. It's not like I'm, watching, I'm watching movies and going, at the end of the Crying Game, he's really a dude. Everybody's like, oh, what the fuck? I don't know why I went to the Crying Game. It's just one of those things. I'm sure it's one of those movies that probably only a handful of you have watched. So, anyway. Like Grimshaw. Yeah, growing up, it was... Oh, I already read that one. Zeneto Volkov. Ooh, that's a name. Zeneto? Zanto? Anyway. Hey, Kris. I'm building my Hellblasters while watching and just missed hitting one of the chests with small plastic glue hidden on finger. How would you fix one of your Marine with a fingerprint on it? Oh, interesting. Well, as long as your finger wasn't there too long. Okay, if you didn't notice it and it cured and all of a sudden you see it's a hardened fingerprint, okay, you can deal with that. If it's while you're doing it and you there's a little bit of glue on my finger, and then you double check the model and see if you've touched the model anywhere where you obviously don't want to be touching it. That doesn't sound right, but you can quickly wipe it away, usually. If it's just a little surface, like you get a little bit glue on the surface, and oftentimes just don't disturb it and leave it and let it fully cure, and then you can come back over. And if you've left a fingerprint, typically the fingerprint really is not that deep. So you can always take a blade and just like how you clean mold lines and just like, okay, imagine my hand is the surface and this is the blade, right? This is your hobby knife. It's got a nice sharp blade on it because this is how it's going to work. And you just perpendicular to the surface and you just drag along to where the fingerprint is, and you'll gently shave off that layer. It might take you 1 or 2 or 3 possible passes, but you should be able to plane that off. You could also go with, say, like a 400 grit sanding sticks, or even higher, and then lightly sand that surface. If it is like really intricate detail, it is going to take a bit of work, but a hobby knife is probably your best bet, because you can always just use the tip and just gently scrape, like if you got like, one side and then the flat side, and you know what I mean? And you can do that. Now, if you've crushed details somehow, you may have to reconstruct those details. Yeah, most likely with milliput or green stuff, and then just mix up a little batch, put it over, and then resculpt it. Now, if that's completely outside your current skill set, then yeah, you can also just hide it, right? So if it's a Space Marine and the chest is kind of a little bit messed up, like you really messed that surface up, you can always hide it. You can always have the bolt gun in front of it, right? You can always just hide it. It's kind of, hide your crime kind of thing, but there's always that option as well. Especially if you are, a little bit newer to this hobby and you're just, you don't have that experience yet of really playing with green stuff and sculpting things and stuff like that. I mean, if you want to try it and give it a go, by all means. But, don't be afraid to fail at it either. Don't be afraid to make a mistake. And, and of course, too, I mean, obviously it's a good lesson just in general because, making these kind of errors, you are, you're more likely to learn what you did, and you'll be a little bit more careful in the future, right? So look at the positives of it. Foxnall, they flew off the rails, too many changes of directors. Yeah, kind of, essentially. But I mean, the original trilogy, it didn't have the same director all the way through. The first film was what? Lucas. Second film was Kirshner. Third film was Kirshner as well. I thought all three original films had different directors. But anyway, it all matters is everybody sticking to the unified vision. Too many cooks in the kitchen, as they say. Ghost Starman Deluxe. I think Machete Order is good for newbies, but when rewatching, I tend to prefer the chronological order. Like episode 1 to 6, or 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. Like chronological in the sense that how they were released, or the actual numerical order. Matthew Perez. Good morning, Kris and fellow monkeys. How is everyone doing today? I don't even know. Greenleaf Terrain at Kris. All this nonsense. Episode 1, pod racing. Mike drops mic. Pod racing? What about pod racing? And Mandalorian. Yeah. Anybody who's watched the first episode of the second season. Paul Greer. Howdy from Texas. Howdy. You got one of them Texas accents? Howdy. I can't do a Texas accent. I'm terrible. Aaron Seach. Sup, Kris and Monkey Brethren? Happy Saturday. Kris, wife, is getting new car soon. Need Way the Brush stickers. Gonna tag the new wheels when she isn't looking. Oh, God. Yeah. You can get divorced, bud. But yeah, I think we do need a Way the Brush sticker. Kind of like, those family stickers, the one that, shows how, like, what the family is. I don't know why anybody would want to broadcast that information, right? It's like, it's like you have the mother, the father, and say the two kids and the baby, right? And the dog. And, or it's just the mother and a kid and a dog or a cat, whatever, right? And so, like, why would you broadcast that information on your vehicle? I don't understand why you would want to do that, because there's people out there who seek to take advantage of such situations. And yeah, I'm not sure why people want to just broadcast. Same with like tattoos and stuff like that, Like, why do you want to make it really easy for cops to identify you? Mind you, these days with so many people getting tattoos, it's that guy with the face tattoo. Well, back in the day, it was, face tattoos weren't that common. Nowadays, yeah, everybody's got fucking tattoos. So, I don't know. This world doesn't make sense anymore. I'm leaving. Ghost Starman Deluxe. Anyone know of a good place to watch the original versions of 456? I grew up on the edited versions and the CG singers and the Beaky Sarlacc. The original ones? You can probably find them on YouTube. I don't think they have them on Disney. If you own the first release of DVD, which is like early 2000s, you might be able to get that version. Otherwise, it's VHS. But it's been since '97, dude, that they made those changes. So that's 23 years. So it's been a while. Might be a little bit hard. You might be in for a bit of a trek. Roman Matanov. Hey, everyone. Hey, Kris. Hi. Been a while since I could join live. How's everyone doing? How's everyone doing? I don't know. Everybody keeps asking that, but nobody keeps saying, I'm doing good. Mind you, though, the chat would just get full of everybody. Oh, I'm doing good. And I don't really think we need all that. I'm sure shit not reading through it all. Mike Grimshaw, pre-orders in North America are always 1 p.m. Eastern. Oh, so we got to wait another 18 minutes? Fine. Aaron Siege, Blood Bowl. Now that is a game that monkeys could play at Adepticon. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we could play at Adepticon. Yeah. I mean, the way we've been doing it before is we just have a big 40K game, which has been fun, But we could do Blood Bowl. I mean, we could do Blood Bowl anytime. I mean, it's Adepticon, man. We could just game all day and all night. We don't, because I'm old. And my bedtime's 9. No fucks given. Isn't Ahsoka dead? No, not that I've heard of. I was thinking Ezra because he's the only known Jedi left. Yeah, no, Ezra, as far as we understand, is most likely alive. But that also means that Thrawn most likely is alive. And Ahsoka, no. She goes into hiding. And if you've watched Rebels, she comes back. She was basically Ahsoka is a part of the beginning of the Rebel Alliance. I mean, again, Star Wars is kind of the story of Ahsoka as well, right? So, yeah. She's kind of a Forrest Gump as well. She's been at all pivotal points. TH, I really dig the callbacks in the new Blood Bowl. Silver foil lettering like second edition, the old skull on the patch, etc. Or on the pitch, yeah. No fucks again. I only assume she's dead because her ghost speaks in The Last Jedi, but Ezra and Kyle do not. Her ghost speaks in The Last Jedi? Does it? I don't remember that. I don't remember. I don't know. But mind you, though, I mean, The Last Jedi and where's Mandalorian's taking place? Mandalorian's taking place just shortly after Return of the Jedi. And so it's not 100% clear how much time passes between Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens, right? So, but we know it's a great deal of time. How much time? Don't know. There's still plenty of room to tell Ahsoka stories, though. And hell, I mean, Ahsoka can bridge that gap between Return of the Jedi and Force Awakens, right? Mind you, though, I keep hearing that the 7, 8, 9 are getting retconned. That those movies are not canon, apparently. I don't know. I don't know how true that rumor is, but that's a rumor my son keeps telling me. I'm like, I don't know about that. I don't know if Disney's really going to spend money on all 3 movies again, but maybe they will. I don't know. Especially since everybody's losing money right now. I'm not sure they really want to, redo them. Matthew Potter has links on the Warhammer community page for Blood Bowl, the video game beta, along with Blood Bowl Season 2, the box game. Interesting. Ghost Star Mandalux Mando Episode 2 spoilers. The villains I was referring to were the spiders. They were based on concept art on the gnarlroot tree that would walk around and stuff. Oh, I didn't know that. Interesting. Again, quit spoiling stuff for yourself, man. Stay off the internet, especially the clickbaity videos. I don't even click those. Like, I see one right now. I already know what it's about, but I see one right now about how Mandalorian Season 2 getting canceled. It's getting canceled. Mandalorian's getting canceled. Is the whole cancel culture thing, right? And I don't bother clicking any of those videos because I know they're all just clickbaity horse shit. And, it's silly. It's silly. James Kent wondering if there's enough Xbox Blood Bowl players on Discord to start a league. I'm willing to bet there is. On Discord, on our Discord, I don't know. Paul Greer, Jedi really was taken from book series John Carter. Jedi was really taken? Return of the Jedi or just the whole Jedi thing? Sure, I mean, like, Star Wars is an amalgamation of a whole bunch of ideas. I mean, yeah. Aaron Seach, episode 322, Way of the Spoiler. I didn't spoil anything, though. Not today, not so far. I mean, we're 46 minutes into the show today, and I don't think I've spoiled anything, have I? Oh, other than the crying game. Broker, we need to bring back the rant siren joke, but remodel it to the spoiler siren. Yeah, we need like a little siren. No, because then somebody plays it and it'll scare the crap out of me. Every time like somebody follows or joins or, subscribes, get that little alert and frickin' it's loud on my end. James Kent, the crying game was spoiled for everyone when the guy was nominated for Best Actor towards awards before most people had seen the film. True. Heretic Scott, stay out of the miniatures, no square. Yeah. Yeah. Zenatos Volkov, thanks for the advice. I got lucky this time and missed putting on the fingerprint this time, but wrecked the Storm Shield before while building a Terminator from Space Marine Heroes 2. Cool. I'd seen the new Nurgle ones for Heroes 3, I guess is what it is. they're very, very cool. I love all the little nurglings in there. Just love all the little nurglings. And yeah, I'm going to say it again. I want plush nurgling. Here, hold on. Just in case anybody from Games Workshop's listening. I really, really want plush nurglings. Make it happen, please. Okay, there we go. Hold on, I gotta make sure my camera's right. There we go. Yeah, we're good. We're good. We're good. Yeah, they gotta make that happen, man. They gotta make that happen. Sorry for anybody who had headphones on. Might have been a bit loud. But anyway. Yeah, the Space Marine Heroes, though. Yeah, the plastic they use, because I know it's like a colored plastic, it looks like. I've never picked up any of them. Again, because Space Marines. And, you know. I'm not biased against Space Marines, but I'm a little tired of Space Marines. And, you know. It's time to give other factions love. I mean, like, I don't understand why they can't just, you know, here's a new Space Marine thing. Here's 2 Xenos things. Here's a Space Marine thing. Here's 2 new Chaos things. Here's a Space Marine thing. Here's 2 Xenos thing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand how they can't do that. How that just completely escapes somebody's imagination that we're going to redo Space Marines and we're going to redo everybody. We got Assault Marines, we got Terminators, we got these guys, we got these, we got bikes, we got speeders, we got tanks, we got like holy old fuck. I mean, like, let's gain a little bit of perspective here, because otherwise 40K is just going to turn into a big game of Space Marine on Space Marines, and that would be really, really terrible. It'd be boring. It would be boring. Anyway. I don't even know where the hell I am. Matthew Perez, Kris. Yes, we all have a little bit of that Texas twang, or have a y'all slip out. That's our dead giveaway. Y'all. Just a y'all. How y'all doing? Y'all. Paul Greer, whole Jedi thing, Jedak equals Jedi. Yeah. From what I understood, though, there's also there's a Yiddish word for that. That sounds like it's kind of the same kind of principle or something like that. I can't remember. Something like that. Disco Duke, I think at the end of the show you should tell people what time the spoilers are through the show, so when anybody watches it for the first time, they aren't caught out. No, that's half the fun. It's little landmines. We'll sprinkle throughout the show. Just spoilers. I'll just randomly spoil out things. Because, get on that. I mean, like, come on. You want to catch up with this guy? You've got to nerd it right out. You got to, you just got to get your nerd on. That doesn't sound right either. James Kent, GW, just cancel plans for new Eldar to start on Nurgling plushies. No, they don't have to switch gears. You just got to go find somebody. Just find somebody who makes plushies. like Build-A-Bear. Just go to Build-A-Bear, and instead of Build-A-Bear, it's Build-A-Nurgle. Build a Nurgling. It's Build a Nurgling, and you can get Nurglings themed, right? You want a themed Nurgling? You want them in a baseball cap? You can get them in a baseball cap. You want them, in boxing shorts? You can put them in boxing shorts. A football helmet. You put a Nurgling in a football helmet. My God, man! Like, the cuteness just writes itself with these little fat, little plump buggers. I mean, like, I don't understand why nobody's capitalizing on it. Of course, because I just threw those ideas out there, and if anybody employs them, well, you gotta send me a royalty check, so too bad. Heretic Scott, my ears enjoyed that. Oh, me talking into the mic real close? Yeah. I know, I have a mixed thing about the whole ASMR thing. I mean, I get it. I get it. And when I've listened to some, yeah, I get the tingles. I do get it. But I don't, and like, some of you told me, like, you use it to, like, fall asleep and it helps you relax and things like that. And I get that. I get it. But you see some examples of it, and it's just a little bit I don't know. I don't want to say it's weird, but it's definitely, I don't know. But again, it's me. I mean, like, I don't know. Sometimes I can seem very, wide open to things, and sometimes I can seem very narrow. Again, I subscribe to the whole duality of our consciousness and how we perceive things and how we perceive the world and how the universe is both forwards and backwards, up and down, light and dark, right? And we are an embodiment, because if we're part of this universe, then we are also an embodiment of that duality, and yeah, so I can be very open about things. I can be very narrow-minded about things. I can view things in a humorous light. I can be very serious about things, So, but again, I mean, we're all people. At least I think we are. I don't know. I don't know about you. No, not you, but yeah, that one. No fucks given. I want plush rippers and scarabs as well. Plush scarabs. Yeah. Like little gray scarabs, or even a plushie. Because you know how you can get some plushies and they have that foil. Like they're soft, but they have that reflective foil to them. A Necron scarab. Plushie. Fluffy. No, not a fluffy. Fluffer? No. But it has that, that shimmer. My God. Like, see, you start rolling off these little faction cute elements, and you gotta say, there's nothing really for Eldar, is there? Just there's a lot of little cute elements. I mean, like, even for Space Marines, the Dark Angels have those little watchers, those little guys in the cloaks, right? So you can make plushies from those, and that be, the rest of the Imperium, Ratlings. You can do a Ratling plushie. Although Ratling as a plushie would probably be the biggest of the plushies, but you could also do Servo Skulls, right? Servo Skulls plushies. It's a bit of a stretch, but you could. I'm trying to think. There's nothing else really kind of cute in Space Marines. Eldar doesn't really have anything cute other than the cats, the Gronks. Anyway, right? But those are just essentially cats. I mean, you get a plushy cat, What else? Nurglings. I mean, Nurglings are my first go-to because they're plump, little, cute, little, mischievous little buggers. And having like a whole bunch of them. Imagine a whole bunch of them, just different poses and stuff like that. And you could make your own plushy mound of Nurglings, a big pile, like a swarm. What are they called in the game? When they're all on the bases, and they're not it's not a swarm, it's just a Nurglings? They're just a base of Nurglings? Gaggle? A gaggle of Nurglings? Come on, people, help me out here. I don't know what it's called. A gaggle? Oh, man. Broker, episode 322, Begging Games Workshop, ASMR. Okay, you know what, Broker? Because I don't know if we've ever taken one of your suggestions before. You win. You win today. Today is yours. Today is yours. Begging Games Workshop, ASMR. Should we have that on a timestamp? Hold on, I gotta edit all this here. There we go. It's ASMR. Come on. Or it's not 1 o'clock. Oh, it's 3 minutes to 1. Okay, I'm gonna refresh here in a bit, so I'm gonna see if the pre-order, and I have to get a hold of my fixer. I have to get a hold of my fixer to make sure they get me a box of it, because I'm gonna pick up a box. It's because I really want the new human team, and me and my son already talked about it, and we're gonna do them as AFC North, so it'll be Bengals, Pittsburgh, the Browns. Holy fuck! Oh, Buffalo. Anyway, where am I? True Fool Productions. True Fool. While they're doing Nurglings, some grits would be kind of cool too. Some grits. Oh, maybe some grots. Is that what you mean to say? Some grots? Yeah. Some grots would be cool, yeah. I mean, like, yeah, grots, nurglings, watchers, rippers, scarabs, um, I mean, grinks for Eldar. See, again, Eldar don't really have anything cutesy. There's nothing cute with the Eldar. Even Dark Eldar. Well, Dark Eldar, you could have a monster, I suppose. One of the monsters, but there's no cute monsters there. Harlequins? No, nothing with the Harlequins. Yeah, drawing a blank. But, anyway. Boyle. Hello from Russia. Gorgeous mustache. Well, thank you. Boyle? Boyle? Boyle. From Russia. With love. I know, it's a shit joke. Axel 231. Is your wife or kids into any of the nerdy stuff like you? Funk Pops and Warhammer? Yes. The wife? Yes. She has her own things. She loves the Funkos. What was it for her birthday? I got her some stuff, and I got her a couple Funkos. Oh, I had gotten her the horror ones, because she likes horror films, and so I got her, like, the Michael Myers and Freddy and Jason Funkos. And then years previous, she's a big fan of Labyrinth, so I got her, did the David Bowie one, Jareth, and Sarah, and it came with the little worm, and some other stuff. But yeah, she likes Funkos. All my kids like Funkos. My son, he loves Funkos. He even bought, like, the big freaking Deadpool one. I've got Funkos. I like my Funkos. These are my Funkos. And one of my favorites, obviously, is the Bob Ross, and of course, Mr. Meeseeks. Love Mr. Meeseeks. But yeah, my kids, I mean, they're video gamers. They're into a lot of nerd stuff. My son, he's into, not heavily into Warhammer stuff. He played a lot of War Machine back in the day. He used to love War Machine, and yeah, but Blood Bowl might be the next thing I get him into, because he's a huge football fanatic, and Blood Bowl is American style football, and so it's not really much of a stretch to kind of get into that, especially imagining your favorite NFL teams in the world of Blood Bowl, and you can totally see the personas of certain athletes as monsters in Blood Bowl. You know what I mean? Like, you can imagine this one guy, this famous linebacker who's obviously an ogre, or an elf, or what I mean? Like, you can see it. Anyway, I don't even know where the hell I am. Ghost Star and Deluxe. I mean, I'm a ghost, so whether I'm a person is debatable. No fucks given. The fluffy material when you swipe the fur one way, and it's a different color the other way. Snotling plushie, Croothound plushie. A Croothound. Excellent. Tau. Yeah, I forgot all about Tau. Croots. Croothound. Yeah, definitely. Definitely a Croothound could be a plushie. True Fool Productions. All the Orc Grots. Yeah, all the Orc Grots. Yeah, Grots. All day long, you could have different Grots, right? Some with hard hats and carrying a torch, and some carrying a bomb, and you know what I mean? Yeah, you can just have them all over the place, right? You can have your house littered with Grots. Same with Nurglings all over the place. But that's the only one. I mean, unless you go into like some of the Chaos Familiars, there's not a lot outside of the Chaos that can get the plushie, right? Like, what for Slaanesh would get plushies? A butt plug? What about Khorne? Plushie skull? Like, I don't know. I'm sure some of you went, oh, come on, a butt plug, Slaanesh. Are we going there? Are we going there? Yeah, we're going there. Come on, people, it's me. We're always going to go there. Ghost Starman Deluxe. I was going to say Grinks for Eldar, yeah. Yeah, Grinks for Eldar. Grinks? Gyrinks? Gyrinks? How do you say it? Grinks? Gyrinks? Do you just drop the G and just say rinks? Grinks? Anyway, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing I can think of for Eldar, right? Is that's established to be cute is a Grinks. I mean, a Grinks could work, right? Why not? No fucks given. Cherub Servitor plushie. Cherubs! Cherub Servitor plushie. Yes. For any Imperium, right? The Cherubs. And you even see Space Marines with Cherubs, don't you? I know you see them for like the Sisters. Do you see Space Marines with the cherubs? I don't even know. Go Starman Deluxe. I want a servo skull. Like an actual servo skull or a plushy servo skull? True Fool Productions. Festering of Nurglings. It's a festering? Yeah. Yeah. No fucks given. Sisters Repentia waifu pillow. Yeah. That could be a thing. That could be a thing. Axel, is Twitch chat not working on your overlay? Is Twitch? No, I can see your thing. I probably because I might have skipped some a moment ago. No, because I read your thing about the Funko Pop. But anyway. TH, did you finish your Marienburg Steelers? No, I have not. I got to get them done. I don't know what the holdup is. They're ready to go. You know, I just got to get them done. It's just, well, I mean, other projects. I mean, like currently I'm working on, I didn't really want to move her, but, I'll move her. I'm working on Jane Czar. I posted on Discord. And yeah, currently working on her armor right now. I'm filming that. And I actually had an idea for videos, because the way I do currently, like the fresh tips, they go a certain length showing, whatever. But I was thinking of something else for patrons. And yeah, maybe I'll do a patron update and I'll discuss it there. Get your guys' ideas. I mean, I probably will make them anyway, but something interesting for the patrons. That's just for patrons. So, yeah. But it's involving the tutorials, but something different. Something I have not done. But anyway. James and Kent, Squig plushies, sure. Yeah, Squig plushies. Yeah, Squigs. There's another one, right? I mean, you can go plushies all day long with all the factions. Just about all the factions. You can make plushies of stuff. Totally good. Axel. Okay, tell me what's cute in Skaven. The little rats. Just put I don't know. I don't find any kind of rodent really particularly cute other than maybe a bunny. But that's about it. Oh, a beaver too. Beavers are cute too. And, yeah, but a proper rat, like Skaven rat, yeah. Paul Greer, cherubs. Yeah, the cherubs, definitely. TH, can a swooping hunk be cute? Sure. Could be cute. But, I mean, we're talking about, like a nurgling, right? I mean, he's a little butterball. We're talking about, little butterball in your hands. Anyway. Matthew Perez, plush dreadnought or servo skull? I don't know about a plush dreadnought, but a servo skull, sure. Maybe. Lord Clint. I almost said that wrong. Kris, what do you think about the re-release Hasbro is doing for HeroQuest? And has Ash already asked you to play it again? No, Ash has not asked me. What do I think about it? I think it's fantastic. What I really enjoy was the fact that the heroes, you can pick whatever gender or hero you want. So if you want to play the dwarf, you can play it as male or female. You want to play the elf, male or female. Wizard, male or female. You know what I mean? And barbarian, male or female, right? I like that. Because, it gets you into it, right? Because some people, when they pick characters, in video games, they want to play as the male or they want to play as the female or, whatever, right? And so, I like that. That's very cool. And just keeps it more interesting, right? I think it's fantastic. It looks great. I didn't rush out for the pre-order. Yeah, I mean, I'm not made of money. But yeah, I mean, if I had unlimited resources, sure, I'd have picked it up. Now, Ash, no, I have not talked to Ash. Actually, I haven't talked to Ash. I've been meaning to message Ash, but, it's this whole, and then of course now Ontario, apparently we're going back a couple levels because we're seeing spikes in cases. So yeah, it's kind of annoying. I think everybody's doing it though. I think everybody's rolling back because we're seeing all these upticks. But vaccine, hopefully, soon. Oh, Ghost Star Man Deluxe. If you think about it, American football is Blood Bowl LARPing. Yeah. American football is just LARPing, is Blood Bowl LARPing. Yeah, if you want to look at it that way. Daniel Horton, when you was doing your tournament at Mini Wargaming, how bad was Matthew because they saying they not covering the new one because of him? What? When you was doing your tournament at Mini Wargaming, how bad was Matthew because they saying they not covering the new one because of him? I don't know what you mean by that. You might have to clarify. Because Matthew did bad? Oh, I have no idea. No, honestly, them not wanting to cover other games is because they don't see much return on it. That's why. Even though there's a bunch of people, it still doesn't outweigh eyeballs for 40k and Age of Sigmar type games. All right. Slanesh is another kind of doll. Ghost Starman plush cornate plushy blood. What is that even? What is that even? Mind you, though, you could dip into the Age of Sigmar side of stuff, right? The spells, and you can make a plushie from the spells. Sure, you could do that, right? Axel, don't know what we can get away with here, but someone has definitely inserted a Funko Pop. I don't know. Ruben Matna, Flesh Hounds for Corn, easy. Yeah, I guess. I don't when you're thinking of like the cute things, I don't really immediately jump to Flesh Hound, although you could, because I mean like a Nurgling, Chaos Familiars, right? Cherubs, Scarabs. Those are all little small things that we know within the 40k universe, or even Age of Sigmar universe, right, are a certain size. And so, you can picture them kind of in that cute little form. I don't immediately jump to a Khorne Fleshhound as a plushie. You could, totally, sure. And you can jump into Slanesh, the fiends, right? You can do a fiend. You can go to a Khorne Juggernaut or Zinch Disc. That'd be kind of a boring plushie, but tendency would be to hum that across the room like a disc. Although, Axel, mice, hamsters, raccoon are all cute. Is raccoon a rodent? No, I don't think a raccoon is a rodent. Or is it? I thought a raccoon was closer to the cat family. Cat and dog. I mean, I could be wrong. I'm no anthropologist, but yeah. I thought a raccoon was related to cats and dogs, kind of like foxes. Foxes are close. Foxes are actually closer to a cat than they are a dog. Something like that. I can't remember. Daniel Horton, when you did Blood Bowl tournament, you already asked me that. Oh. How bad was Matthew? Because they say they're not going to cover the new one because of him. Well, I don't know. If that's what they're saying, then that's what they're doing. I have no idea. I'm not sure why you'd ask me about anything that's going on with Mini Wargaming, because I have not worked there in over a year. So, and I don't talk to any of them. So I don't. Yeah. Axel, surely you've seen Hamtaro. Hamtaro? No, I'm not even familiar with that. What's Hamtaro? 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 No idea. Disco Duke sent you an email over, Kris. Cool. Yeah, we better get to it. What time are we at? Holy Carmelies, we're already after 1. Let me check. Let me see the pre-order. 1 o'clock. Let's go. 1 o'clock. Blood Bowl. There it is. What did it say? 2 wintry themed dugouts. The Blood Bowl 3 beta code included with every order of Blood Bowl 2nd season while stocks last. Winter Blood Bowl? Interesting. Second season. Cool. Okay. Got some teams, got some dice. Interesting. The new tree man. He's too hilarious. Anyway. Oh, wow. They're putting out Inferno? Are these new books of Inferno or are these old books of Inferno? They look kind of old. Number 40, 41, 42. Yeah. Look like they might have some age on them. What's this Siege of Terra Solar War map? What's that? I want a map. Can I have a map? I has map. Playing cards. I already talked about that. So Blood Bowl. Okay, well I have to put in my order. Sports fan collection. Ooh, gets me some cards. A novel. I don't know if I need a magazine. I don't know if I need that. No, I think I'll just probably get the new box. Holy shit, that scared shit out of me. Broadside Ginger. Thank you for the follow. Broadside. Oh, and they come with a nice little clear Blood Bowl dice. Purdy. Oh, they got two sets, green and red. It's got the nice big range rulers. Nice big thick plastic sons of guns. Got the little dugouts. Playing mat. Does it come with any of the refs? No, it doesn't come with the refs because you got to get the refs separate, right? I like the new human team. Oh, it does come with the refs. It comes with the refs. Oh my god! Look at these little snotlings. Or these are grots. Little grot. Like, see, god damn it! Here, hold on. Let me jump back over here. Let me go here. Can you not see this little bugger as a damn plushie? Come on! Look at him. He's like in a kung fu stance. So I know kung fu. Totally, man, totally. Yeah, I didn't know they came with the refs. That's sweet. Well, now I definitely have to get this box. I don't know if I will show painting up any Blood Bowl, just because of, if I really want to, get to some playing and possibly filming them and things of that nature. I don't know if I will, but yeah. Where am I in these comments here? Let's quickly get through some more. Tiro Silvas, moving to a bigger apartment. Yay! More space for plastic crack. Packing several decades worth of it is a pain in my nurgly bum, though. Right in the bum? Right in the bum? Could be a sciatic nerve. You might have sciatica. I'm not a doctor. You might have to talk to a doctor. Go Starman Deluxe. I'm not an anthropologist. Kris, what does that have to do with raccoons? or no, paleontology. That's it. Not anthropology is study of cultures, right? Cultures, anthropology, archaeology, the bones, the fossils. Well, what is it if? Yeah, is it paleontology? Paleontology. Fuck, man, I don't know. God damn it, I just paint miniatures. How am I supposed to keep all this stuff straight in my head, man? Come on. You're the one in university. You tell me, smarty pants. Axel. Okay, well, it's been always fun popping in here. Thank you for being a positive person. I'm out for now. You're out for now. For now? Daniel Horton. I know, but apparently when you did the tournament with him, he was very competitive in it and drove people over the edge when you was playing humans. I don't recall. I remember Matt and I played, and yeah, everything that could go wrong went wrong in that game. It was kind of hilarious because he was like on a real hot streak, and then we played, and everything that could go wrong went wrong for him. Yeah, it was kind of funny. But, as far as them covering the new Blood Bowl, I'm sure they will. But, yeah. Goes to Starman. Using my expertise as a biology student, i.e. going to Wikipedia. Yeah, I know. Everybody watches one fucking YouTube video and they're an expert in whatever, right? I have determined that raccoons are kind of their own thing, but they're believed to be closely related to bears of all things. Yeah, I can see that. And bears, I can see, are closely related to cats and dogs. I mean, you know, somewhere there was probably a common ancestor. But yeah. But I mean, like, if you look at, like, the anatomy of, like a seal, an otter, right? You know, you can see how there had to have been a common thing that was there. But as life branches off, and of course, you know, nature's always about filling niches, right? And, you know, a bear fulfills a role within nature. An otter, a seal fulfill a role in nature. Wolves, cougars, they all fill roles, right? And of course, their dietary needs reflect that, you know, because everybody's, you know, filling a role. Because, you know, nature doesn't like to waste, right? So even things that eat up carrion, right? I mean, you know, some animals are better at that. Like dogs. Dogs are better at eating rotten things than, say, a cat. A cat needs something to be more fresh and alive. So cats are designed for killing, proper killing, right? Whereas, you know, dogs or wolves, you know, they're group animals, and, you know, they can scavenge as well as hunt. You know, they're kind of multi-purpose. They're not solely a carnivore. They will eat vegetables, so they're kind of like a bear in that regard, whereas a bear is kind of an omnivore. Bears will eat anything, but also bears will scavenge and eat, you know, rotted corpses as well. Dogs, wolves, they can do it as well because they have enzymes in their gut that allows them to process rotten flesh. They can do it no problem, right? So everybody has a role. Everything in this planet has a role. Everything. Even humans. Although I suspect we've probably wandered off our role, but that's a different discussion. Axel, I googled raccoons are mammals. Good enough for me. Axel, by the way, I lied. I didn't leave. What are you looking for? Attention? I'm sorry. Okay, let's make this whole episode about Axel. Axel. What do you need to get off your chest, bro? What do you need to get off your chest? Go Starman Deluxe. Imagine how much trash a bear-sized raccoon would eat. Holy kermolies. Could you imagine if there was bear-sized raccoons? They would be the dominant life form. Because raccoons are, like, wicked intelligent. They're smart. And they have good memories, apparently. And, yeah, bears are, like, you know, really smart as well. You know. But a raccoon, yeah. Oh, man. Because raccoons are like the only animal that I can think of that wash their food. Raccoons, for whatever reason, they'll wash their food. So if they live near a stream or whatever, they'll take the little piece of food that they've got, whether it, you know, piece of garbage or piece of meat, vegetable, whatever, and they'll wash it off and then eat it. Like, that's like, where did they learn that? Why would they do that? You know? Yeah, it's just crazy. It's crazy. Anyway, Tippity Toppers. Raccoons are just hardcore goobers. Raccoons, trash pandas. I love the name Trash Panda, because that's what they are. They're trash pandas. And my backyard. Which way is my backyard? My backyard's that way. There's a big tree, and it has a big hollow in it. And last year, or year before, I could always see two little raccoon heads popping out, and then they'd hide back in there. So I assumed there was like a little raccoon nest. My neighbors, my friends, they had these big columns that supported the overhang on their house, and these big columns were hollow. And we'd hear noises, and we discovered that the mother was sneaking out through, but she had her babies at the base of the column. She'd crawl through this entire column and go find stuff, come back and feed her babies. And so Buddy took apart the column and left the little raccoons there, and then we knew the mother would come take them and move them off somewhere. But yeah. Anyway, Stories. Where are we? Oh, 122. Holy camelies. Yeah, we better keep this going here. Where the hell am I? I don't know. Matthew Perez, raccoon, red panda, panda bear. Boom, easy. Yeah. Ruben Ratna, funnily. Is that a word? Funnily? Funnily enough, the literal translation of raccoon in Bulgarian is a washing bear. Hadn't thought of it, but it makes sense now. Yeah, they wash their food. Whenever they're near a water source, yeah, they'll go wash their food. Which is, kind of crazy. Like, where the hell do they... Why, first of all? Like, is there something in them that they can't process, rotten food? But then why are they always in the trash, right? If the little buggers can't process, trash, like a dog or a bear, because that's why bears always are digging around in trash, because they can process it. It doesn't hurt them to eat rotten food. Dogs will do the same thing. I don't think cats will do it because it doesn't sit well in their guts, because they're more akin to a fresh kill, right? As far as I understood things, like cats typically live in dry, arid climates, like where you'll find most cats, right? Especially the big ones. You'll find them in dry, arid areas. And from what I understand is that where they get most of their water content, they don't need to be near water sources, because where they get most of their water content is from blood. They drink the blood of their kills. They always need that fresh kill, right? That's why a cat is so good at killing, because they're designed for it. They've evolved to that point where they're just, everything about them is about murder. Cats are murder. They are murder. Anyway. Shit, where am I? Go Star Red. Look, raccoons are just goblins that haven't discovered fire yet. Yeah, pretty much, right? TH. In Danish, we call raccoons washing bears. Washing bears? Yeah. See, that's what they do. Raccoons wash their food. I don't know why they do it or where they pick that up. Or how long, right? Anyway. Evan Belleau, dogs have short digestive tracts. Okay. Like how short? Richard Smith, don't fuck with squirrels, Morty. Yeah, exactly. You don't, because they're always talking. I have a squirrel who lives in my area, and one of my neighbors, she's a couple doors down. She feeds the little bugger. She'll throw little things out for him. And so whenever I'm standing outside, and this little squirrel happens to go by, he'll stop and look at me. He'll go up on his hind legs and look at me, and his hands go together like this, like he's like, "You got something for me? No? Yeah? No?" And then he'll go back, start pawing around in the grass, and then stands up again, looks at me, comes closer. It's like, "No? Nothing? No? Yeah? No? Okay." And he's off again. And it's kind of funny. He's like expecting, and then one time, the squirrel was going by, and I said, I made the little like sound to him, and he stopped and he looked, and then he came closer, and he was like looking again. And he came closer again, and he's like, "No, you called me? No, okay." And then he left. It's funny. Squirrels. One of my favorite bits from Eddie Izzard is when he's imitating the squirrel, and squirrels, they're always like like this, they're gnawing on stuff, and then they always have that look like, "Did I leave the oven on? No, I'm a fucking squirrel." And he goes back to eating. That's one of my favorite Eddie Izzard bits. Anyway. Evan Belleau, would you rather fight one bear-sized raccoon or 10 raccoon-sized bears? I think that's kind of the same fight either way. I think one bear-sized raccoon. Yeah. Rather than 10 raccoon-sized bears. Because I think you just get, I don't know. It's, yeah. Aztec. How much of an investment is it to get 10 pieces and some terrain? 10 pieces. Like 10 piece meal? Kentucky Fried Chicken? How much does it get 10 pieces? And some terrain. 10 pieces. I don't know what you mean. 10 pieces of what? Like miniatures? Like 10 miniatures? Games Workshop has like a big box that has miniatures, the rules, dice, and models. And it's like, I think like $200. So I'd say about $200 to get just kind of, a kind of starter all in one. if that's what you're looking at. And I mean, if you have a friend who you're going to play with, well, you just go halvesies, right? So I'll take the Space Marines and he'll take the Necrons, and you know, we'll do up the terrain, sit together, paint up the models, and you know, hell, you know, they even have the painting starters to paint your Space Marines, right? They got the Space Marine one, they got the Necron one. Those are good starting points, because a lot of times, a lot of people ask me, well, what's a good starter paints, or you know, and I always often recommend, you know, the primaries, white and black, metal and silver, right? And then second, get the the secondaries, right? Orange, green, and purple. Get those, right? But that's only in the instances where you can kind of go anywhere with your painting. But if you are getting into this hobby, especially on the Warhammer 40,000 side of things, and you want to paint Space Marines, and you want to paint your Space Marines just like you see on the box, which they're Ultramarines, right? Well, Games Workshop makes it pretty darn easy. Ultramarine paint set. Done. And I'm not sure why, when they do these things, because when you get the big Indominus box set and you get all the models, or even like the other smaller, I'm sure they come with the transfer sheets with all their little symbols and everything like that. Well, the symbols, they often come with like Ultramarines, you know, Imperial Fists, Blood Angels, Dark Angels, you know what I mean? They come with different chapters. I don't know why Games Workshop doesn't put out paint sets for Dark Angels, Blood Angels, Ultramarines, Space Wolves, right? Just those little starter boxes. So anybody who sees the box art and goes, oh, I want Ultramarines. Well, there's an Ultramarine paint set. You don't have to even think about it. You just go pick up the thing, comes with the brush, comes with the paints, and you're off to the races, right? I don't understand why they don't do a Blood Angel one, Dark Angel one, Space Wolf one, right? Imperial Fist one. All I gotta do is just arrange the paints, throw them into a box set, bang. That's all you need to paint your Space Marines to look like what you see on the box. Right? I don't understand why they don't do that, because then you have all these paint sets, and it's just, you know, a great way to collect paints, right? I'm sure there'd be duplicates, but I mean, to get somebody who's brand new into this and make that transition into the hobby, yeah, because I mean, like, because anybody who gets asked this question, anybody who's, you know, got a great deal of experience, they're always going to say, you know, you get your primaries, you get a black and white, you get your silver, and you get your gold. And you go anywhere from that point, right? Because an experienced person, well, that's the starter set that they would want, because you could go anywhere from that point. But somebody who actually is brand new to this hobby, no, they need things kind of, you know, let's spell it out a bit, and let's, you know, make it the transition a little easier. So when you're, you know, going to apply a blue, well, this is Ultramarines blue. This is what you're putting over everything. You want to do the edges? Well, here's a lighter blue, and then you can do it, right? Oh, for all the metal bits, here's the metal you're going to use. Here's the gold you're going to use. Here's the white, you know what I mean? Here's the transfers, bang, Space Marines, right? There you go. And I don't understand why Games Workshop, at the release of this whole thing, they didn't just, you know, have, you know, a Blood Angel box set and an Imperial Fist box set, and, you know what I mean? And just do a limited run of these little starter sets to get people going, right? And even for the Necrons, right? For anybody who wanted to do, say, the different factions of Necrons, right? The different houses, they had house whatever, or what are they, not houses, what are they called? Dynasties. All the different dynasties. And had, this is the one dynasty with all the green and whatever's, right? And the other one with the blues, and, you know what I mean? And just had like little box sets that just had a brush and the paints, and that's what you need to paint your Necrons up like that. You know, and they can do that for every faction. Just have these little paint sets, little starter paint sets. Anybody who buys a box of Eldar and they want to paint out like Samhan, well, it's got the reds and the whites and the black. They want to paint them up Uthwi, right? They got the black, the bone, blah, 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 right? Orcs, you want to do them Goth, Evil Sons, whatever. Ba-boom, 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 right? I mean, you know, it's just a way of making it easier for people who are brand new. And there's always going to be a large influx of people who are brand new to this hobby, and you know, they're always asking these questions, and the response is typically the same. And then of course, because the response is typically the same, people always end up kind of down talking these people who are brand new to the hobby, because oftentimes we take it for granted, you know, that painting, there's no mystery to painting, but some people who have like no art background, you know, enter this hobby, right? And want to paint their models because, well, it looks cool, right? And yeah, it's just one of those things. I don't know. I can't remember exactly how much I was going into. Oh yeah, Aztec, because he was asking about 10 pieces. So yeah, if you're getting into 40K, yeah, there's a big start. I don't know if there's the same thing with Age of Sigmar. I think it's got to be. There's got to be a box set for Age of Sigmar, right? Got to be. Hold on. Let me look at Age of Sigmar. Is there a starter box? Getting started. Battle box. Yeah, there's battle boxes. Yeah, you get the rules. You get 2 factions. 1 faction? Oh, you only get 1 faction. Or is it 2 factions? No, it's 2 factions. Slaanesh and Daughters of Cain. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, there's box sets. 40K's got them. Everybody got them. Everybody got the box set. All right. Where the hell am I? Raziel, Kris, is there a thing at Taco Bell in Canada that's taco fries or something? Been hearing it's the main reason you eat Taco Bell up there. Taco Bell in Canada, at least in my experience with Canadian Taco Bell, sucks compared to American Taco Bell. You can say what you want about the ingredients, sure. But Taco Bell in Canada often seems to be very skimpy on meat. Whereas American Taco Bell, a lot of meat. I get a big beef burrito supreme. It's a big beef burrito supreme. Taco Bell in Canada, not so much. And oftentimes it's very rare a lot of times to find a standalone Taco Bell. In Canada, they're often dual building KFC and Taco Bell. KFC? Yeah, it's KFC and Taco Bell. They're always together. It's one restaurant. You go in, you can either go KFC or you can go Taco Bell. So, I don't know. And which is really disappointing is that when you order, say, something that was with chicken, like I like getting chicken Mexi Melts, and they always skimp on the chicken. And it's like, well, you're a fucking KFC. Like, how can you, and sometimes they fuck up the chicken. And it's like, how like you're cooking chicken all day because you're a KFC kitchen. How do you mess up chicken on the Taco Bell side of things when it's like they're standing back to back together? I mean, like, I don't understand how they mess that up. But you know, what are you gonna do? Not go, and that's what I do. I don't go to Taco Bell Canada, and I haven't been in the States for months, and it hurts. I used to like going to the States because I used to get a lot of stuff in the States. And I used to get a lot of shit shipped to the States. And yeah, it hurts. It's expensive. It's costing me money, man. It's costing me money. Pain in my derriere. I've been dropping F-bombs and stuff all day, but I'm derriere. Ghost Starman Deluxe. If I'm not mistaken, the reason why house cats don't always drink water that you put by their food is because in the wild, the blood, etc. from the food would get in the water and make it bad. Yeah. Sure. Ruin Matnov. Raccoon-sized bear exist. They're called Wolverines. Raccoon-sized bears. Yeah. Wolverines. Yeah, definitely. And they're scary as fuck. Yeah, Wolverines. Oh, yeah. Yeah. They're angry little buggers. I've only ever seen a Wolverine once in the wild. And immediately I was like, whoa, what the hell is that thing? And it was, oh, it's a Wolverine. God damn. Scared the crap out of me. Evan Belleau. Aren't badgers and Wolverines in the weasel family? Yes, as far as I understand things, yes. They are the weasel family. A family of weasels. Job's Left Nut. GW does do something like that. When you look at a model, they give you all the paints that you can click and add to the cart. Or they used to any. Or they used to, yeah? I don't even know. Let me see here. I started on Jane Czar. Jane Czar. Yeah, okay. Well, it gives the paint. Oh, they even give you the contrast method too. Isn't that cute? That's interesting. Oh, excuse me. I like that. Okay, well, see the thing is that, okay, say you bought Jane Czar and you're brand new to the miniature painting, and so you want the paints. That's a lot of freaking paints to have to go through. Right? I mean, even classic method, right? Which is like, you might as well say traditional method, and that's a lot of freaking paints too. I mean, most things are showing 4 colors, which is typical, but that's a lot of paints to go through. And if you're brand new to this hobby and just to paint, and you don't really have the skill set to control the brush that is necessary, yeah, that's intimidating. That's intimidating. I can see that it being intimidating for somebody who's brand new to this hobby. I can see why. And somebody who's intimidated in any way, shape, or form is more likely to just, fuck it, I'm not going to bother. I don't really want these miniatures. I mean, I can spend my money on a brand new video game or, add a new dildo to my collection. Whatever it is, whatever they're into, right? So, I don't know who collects dildos, but anyway. I'm just saying. Ruben Matnoff. Might very well be they just help not needing to imagine a raccoon-sized bear. True. Yeah, and I mean, like, Wolverines are very aggressive in comparison to raccoons. Raccoons, I mean, really are not that bad. They're little buggers, but they're not that bad. Raz Thrasher. There's a legion of Canadian Taco Bell fans? I guess. I don't know what morons are part of that, because Taco Bell Canada kind of blows, in my opinion. I mean, I'm sure there's a legion of them, but I don't know. Evan Belleau, the song from Entombed taught me everything I need to know about Wolverines. Isfor, the titles never disappoint. I don't know what you're talking about to get to that title, but I know it was good. Yeah, that was a while ago. That was probably a half hour ago, I think. I think when we finally changed the title, it was around not half hour ago. It was probably an hour ago. Damn. Anyway, yeah, you might have to go back. Ghost Star Man, still been meaning to go to Taco Bell in Nottingham. Yeah, I can't say what it'd be like in there. I mean, one of my favorite things, and I used to go to the States, and this is one of the things that's hurting because I can go to the States, but I don't because, it's not necessary. It's not essential. But anyway, I miss fire sauce. Fire sauce is so tasty. Taco Bell fire sauce. If you enjoy some spicy food, fire sauce is tasty. It's not really that hot. They call it fire sauce, but if you don't really care for spicy food, then yeah, don't bother. Mild, you'll be fine with mild. But fire, yeah, it's tasty. It's just tasty. Anyway. Disco Duke. Going back to something earlier, how would you play Blood Bowl over Discord? The video game. We're talking about the video game. Playing Blood Bowl, the video game, over Discord. No fucks given. In 8th edition, they also had Death Guard and Ultramarine sets, but seems they only do sets to go with the base starter sets. Yeah. But I mean, like, if the base starter set has transfers for other factions, so you can paint your Space Marines like Blood Angels, Dark Angels, Ultramarines, whatever, then it would stand to reason that in that starter, if you wanted to go with Dark Angels, and they're going to show Dark Angels in the rule book and the advertising stuff like that, then why not have a Dark Angels paint set available? So anybody who says, you know what, geez, yeah, I don't want the regular blue like I see on the box. I seen in the book there was this green color scheme. I like the green color scheme because green's my favorite color, right? And then bang, you make it easy for that person to get in. It's like a fishing hook, and you're just putting a little bit of bait on it, and then you hook them, and you fish hook them. And yeah, basically every GW is fish hooking everybody. Donkey punches and fish hooks. Anyway. Res Thrasher, nice marmot. Nice marmot. Res Thrasher, dildos are like Pokemon or Pringles. Can't stop with one. Ghost Star Redux, I know who collects dildos. It's all those bloody dildo collectors. Boker, you said we should timestamp it. Timestamp? Oh, the ASMR? Yeah. Isvor. It's been like 250 episodes since I was last here. Crazy. I like how the chat feed is on your screen too now. Yeah, it's fun. That's been an inclusion for a while. since basically, like, I don't really give a shit what people say other than, dropping, like, really insulting or racist or hate-filled or anything like that, right? As long as nobody does that, we'll all be cool. But, I mean, if you want to talk craziness, I mean, half the show is craziness. I mean, we talk a little bit of painting around here. I mean, last week we had a really great episode. It's been a while since we had an episode where pretty much we stayed on topic the entire time. It's very rare. And, yeah, so, bravo to everybody last week. This week, you guys are all fucking shit show. You guys are goddamn gong show. Oh, man. Broker, anybody know when he ASMR'd us? Yeah, it was earlier, man. It was earlier. Because it was when I was first ranting about the plushie thing. That was when. So when that was, I don't know. Somebody's gonna have to go back and send me the timestamp so I can timestamp it in the video. Apparently, I don't know. It wasn't like it was for very long. I was just, I just put the mic up close. Anyway. Let's do some emails because we can and because I have a few. Yes, I got a few to do. So if you're wearing headphones, let's go with this one. If you're wearing headphones, turn them up or down because here it comes. Email time. Email time. This one is from our good buddy, Killer Whale. Hey, Kris. Thanks a lot for your words during the last stream. Again, you've motivated me. Fuck, I can't read. You've motivated me to finish my tech priest Manipulus? Hansel? And made me feel so much better in the process. True enough. As soon as the thing was done, I stopped noticing the little imperfections and started noticing the entire whole that I actually very much like. Especially given that I've started my hobby journey. Cool. I've struggled a lot with color scheme, so the dude has his torso paint stripped and repainted a lot before I found something I like. But I think I've got it. I tried playing with the hot-cold contrast and the tints, but the only tint I kept in the end was the Incubi Darkness on the coat. Sorry for the bad photos. Phone is old. Any critique is absolutely more than welcome. Cheers, Whale. So, he is working on... let me switch screens here. There we go. All right. So we got this Mechanicus duder. Let's have a look here. You know what? I think it's a really good job. I can see some shadows. I can see like you're painting the details like a little display screen. I like your work on the vials. Snowy base. I mean, like, and you're just starting out. I mean, you're off to a really great start. You're obviously paying attention to a lot of the information out there. Keeping your colors and, it does look like you've stripped the paint a couple times on the armor, but, again, I mean, you got to get there, right? If you were testing out a color scheme, I think in the future, if you're going to do that kind of thing, test it out on a model that is not quite as complex, even within faction, like a regular warrior or a big drone or a vehicle or something along those lines, just to try out the color scheme. I like this color scheme. I like the bone and the Incubi Darkness together. The brass offsets it nicely. Immediately. It feels like a pretty good balance of contrasts. I think the brass probably could have used a little brighter highlight, but I mean, that's not a huge one. It looks like it has a glossy finish, so that the ambient light gives you some of that highlights and brings some of that stuff out. I think on elements, say the cloth, they could use a matte finish to add softness, especially if you are playing with these models. Just visually, like the glass orbs, having a gloss finish on those adds to that feeling that those are glass and hard surfaces versus the cloth where you'd want a matte so it feels a little bit more organic and flows and doesn't feel quite as hard, because not a lot of cloth has a sheen to it, right? Unless of course it's like a silk, but we're not getting the impression that he's draped in silks, especially because they're so tattered. We often imagine him more like a heavy, denim, or like a canvas, or something, a heavier fabric, right? That's typically how I imagine these fabrics would drape on these mechanical bodies, right? But I think your work is really good. It's nice and neat. It looks like you spent a good deal of time on this. Again, though, I mean, if you're like relatively new to this hobby, I think you're off to a fantastic start. Because I'm seeing some really clean work, edging. You have like the little transitions going on in the glass and the lenses. I think this is a really great effort. I'd really like to know, Killer Whale, like, when did you start? And yeah, because again, you're off to a really fantastic start. I wish I could say in my early hobby lifespan, like when I first got into this hobby, that I was painting like this, because no, man, good God. I wish I hadn't killed that fish. I wish I had my miniatures from way back in the day, because I could show you all like the crap that I was painting. It was because it was crap. And well, it wasn't crap, but I mean, like, I have a background in art. Where the hell's my next email? That's not it. Oh, it's this one. Anyway, yeah, just brutal, and I wish I could show people, because like that way I can say, here's where you start out, and here's where you can go. Now, thankfully, in my youth, I had an inkling towards the artistic side of things that helped, see these things forward. But miniature painting isn't strictly the domain of the artistic. Anybody can paint a miniature well. Anybody can paint it, just like you see on the box art of Games Workshop. Anybody can paint a miniature that well. That's very easily attainable. That's easy to learn. All it takes is time and practice. That's it. And that's with anything, really. I mean, any facet in life, any skill set, just takes time and practice. You just got to practice. You got to put in the time. You got to put in the practice. There's no paintbrush out there that's going to make you a better painter. There's no paints that's going to make you a better painter. You're going to find your own preferences along the way, but that's only through your own experience. You're going to prefer a particular paint because of the way you paint. You're going to prefer a particular kind of brush because of the way you paint. These are all personal things, and that's why in miniature painting, you see so many people who are really experienced at it differ greatly in their methodology, because again, it's a deeply personal. And when you take a class from somebody, you're just learning how they paint, right? You're not learning how to paint. You're just learning how to paint like them. Me personally, I try not to have too many of my own idiosyncrasies involved in what I'm showing or demonstrating. But I'm sure they're there. But through my years, I've, distilled a lot of things down to the very simplest of things. And I always try to convey that message. And when I'm demonstrating things, keep it straightforward that way, because really I'm not interested in showing you how I paint. I'm really more interested in helping you get yours painted. That's what interests me. Again, I'm not too concerned about how I paint or what I'm painting or whatever, right? Although mind you, I'm getting into Jane's art. I found myself, it's been a while. I found myself getting lost in the painting, which is a good thing. When you find yourself kind of just zoned in and you're just following the brush and you're just hitting all the right grooves, and you know the paint's going right where you want. The paint's flowing how you like. The brush is acting how you like. You know, you're comfortable, and you know what I mean. You're just in that zone. Yeah, I was in that zone when I was working on that. Now, mind you, I was doing it off camera because you know I show basically the kind of beginning, maybe a middle, and some of the end. But otherwise, you know, because I mean, like I'm not going to film it for 2 hours on which I'm building up a layer or something like that. You know, just the way I film things, right? Because otherwise the videos will be all fucking hours long. I mean, like I'm probably going to end up spending probably at least 10-20 hours painting on this model, and that's not going to translate to videos because nobody's going to watch 20 hours of painting something. I mean, some of you crazy nutballs might, but I'm not going to do it. James O'Kent had to go out. It was all plushies. Come back and it's dildos and donkey punches. Yeah. Yeah. Broker had to switch to YouTube if you want to see it. It was around 56. Yeah, it was somewhere around 50. Heretic Scott said it's 56, 58 approximately for the ASMR. I mean, if for you ASMR folk out there who enjoy ASMR, yeah, there you go. 56, 58. That's the timestamp, apparently, according to the Heretic Scott. Lewis. That still cracks me up. Lewis. Anyway. Evan Belleau. Listen for the rant alert after the spoiler alert. Yeah. Oh, man. James Kent, that Tech Marine dude doesn't look like a beginner color scheme. It's superb. Yeah. No, that's what I was saying. Like, I'd like to know. I mean, Killer Whale, I'd love to know, how long you consider yourself being, new, because from what I saw there, that's the work of somebody who's better, a little bit further along than new, so not judging. I'm not calling you a liar or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, I'd like to know, because yeah, I mean, like, you're progressing really, really quickly if that's the case. And I would like to this is going to sound completely wrong, but I'd like to probe into why that's the case. How is it you're advancing so quickly? What are you learning? What sources are you learning from that allows you to progress? Or do you already have a talent for painting, drawing, and things like that? So these are just things, this information I'd like to know. That's really about it. I'd like to probe you a little further. There's your title of the show right there. I'd like to probe you a little further. Broker, you would have to do time-lapse if you had hours of footage. Yeah, I'm not going to do hours of footage because, again, I mean, anybody who creates videos knows that compiling the footage and editing the footage, no matter what system you're on, is taxing on your hardware. Video production is taxing on computers. There are two things why people are always pushing for better computers: video games and video editing or video production. Broker, somewhere in the ballpark, pretty wild that they're trying to pin down where you beg into your mic. I know that's what I'm saying. Like, these ASMR people, like, I mean, people tell me all the time that I should do more ASMR stuff, and I'm like, I don't know. I mean, it's probably my own biases and being self-conscious and these kind of things, but I don't know. Broker, wow, thanks for another alert joke. Now we need a probe alert. Yeah, every time in the email I want to ask questions, I'm gonna have to probe you a little further. The water's turning the frogs gay. Anyway, let's do another email, because we can, we shall, and holy crap, we got 3 minutes left of the show. Can I do another email in 3 minutes? Of course I can. This is from our good buddy Rumen Matanoff. That's just fun to say, Rumen Matanoff. Anyway, hey Kris, only fitting I got to the extra spooky True Scale Boys in the spooky month. Also going through the cabinet, found my first NL model. So thought to put it next to one of the most recent ones. Hard to realize otherwise what a difference 5 years makes. That's painting on and off every 1-2 months. Advice for everyone: keep your models as you progress. Yes, definitely. So you can always take a look back and motivate yourself when it in a trough. I guess when you're in a slump, I guess. Yeah. CNC, welcome as always. Cheers. And so let's have a look at Rumen. It starts at 3 JPEG. Why does it start at 3 JPEG? Why, Rumen? Were 1 and 2 inappropriate? Oh, for the love of God. Oh, are they links? Son of a bitch. Rumen. Rumen. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Do I got a doubt? Rumen. God damn it, man. This is access denied. Why would you do this to me, Rumen? Why? Oh, for the love of Pete. Oh, probably because they're probably big pictures, right? Yeah, I'm access denied. I cannot see them, Rumen. I'm sorry, bud. I cannot see them. Rumen, you're here today, actually. Aren't you? Rumen, don't know why though. Attach them same as always. Yeah. Let me just refresh the page. I know that seems stupid, but let me see. No, I'm still getting access. I need access. Interesting. How big were the pictures, Rumen? How big were the pictures? Were they over, I think, 12 megs? Were they over that size? Because I know sometimes they do funny things. Let me see if I can go to the second part of your email. See the second part of your email? 17, 14. See, the pictures show up as little thumbs. Oh, that's right. Yeah, you were working on Night Lords. Rumen, I'm hoping that you... Sorry, I got to keep moving my head around because my mic is in the way of my screen. I need more screens so I can see everything. Anyway, Rumen, could you possibly send me it again? Maybe? Possibly? I will show the second part of Rumen's email because that is what's showing up for me. And let's go this. Oh, yeah, look at that. So here's the second half of Rumen's email till we get the first part figured out. For whatever reason, I cannot access the first part. So here's the offerings from his the second part. Now, he's been working on Night Lords for a while. And the last offering I think we've seen from Rumen wasn't it your Nightbringer? Night Haunt. Anyway, I like that striking blue. Looks like you're doing it by airbrush and then just a little edge. Very, very effective. Oh, I like the little flayed skin on the shoulder pad. Looks like half a burrito. Yeah, it looks like you're airbrushing a bit. And then the one on your left is an early paint job, right? That's what it is. That's what you're illustrating here. You know what? Even for a very early paint job, I think once I was like probably a year or two into my painting, mine was probably closer to that for one on the left that Rumen's illustrating there. Versus how he paints now. Yeah. Did you even attempt the lightning back in the day? That flesh, that looks gross. It's very effective painting I'm seeing now from you. Oh yeah, you did the lightning back in the day. Actually, the lightning's pretty darn good, actually. Paint looks a little heavy. It looks a little thick on the Marine on the left. Versus, obviously, you're using the airbrush now, and so you're being much more effective with your laying your paints down. I just say that because it looks like on the Space Marine on the left, it looks like some of the details are a little soft. It might be the sculpt as well. Versus the guy on the right, he kind of looks like he has a glossiness to him as well, and that might be contributing to being able to see the edges a little bit more defined. But yeah. Very, very cool. Oh, yeah, he said the lightning. I was like, how come I didn't see that before? I didn't see that before. How did I not see that before? Yeah, I see his lightning on his leg. Yeah, your lightning now is far more convincing. And yeah, it is a bit more expert. Your airbrushing, I mean, it looks good. I think I think you might want to start, if you're going to be airbrushing a lot more, especially if you're getting more of your units done, you might want to do more sub-assemblies, especially like the arms but I think these guys are monopose, aren't they? So you might not be able to. I was just going to say, so that when you're spraying, you can get in the front, and you can also get at those, the top of the knees and the thighs and stuff a little bit better. But I just realized that these models might be monopose, and you might not be able to sub-assembly them. But thank you for the email, Ruben. Awesome stuff. Hopefully we can work out. Oh, wait, here we go. Okay, here we go. We got it. Yeah, Ruben, they showed up properly this time. Okay, we're going back. We're doing it. So this is, I read the thing. Yeah, I read the email, but this is the pics this time. So for whatever reason, yeah, it said I didn't have access to this shit. I don't know why, but that's craziness. Really good work on the wings. Oh, okay, these guys have the wings. These are the Revers or Reavers or whatever the hell they're called, right? Yeah, I like the wings. So like these guys are basically like your Raptors now, right? I have no idea what the Chaos units are called nowadays. Yeah. Yeah, I like it. It's really good conversion. I like how like the organicness of the organic nature of the wings meets up with the backpack, and it blends very nicely. I like it. Yeah. Your work definitely is a lot neater. Your use of color is a lot more effective. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's not night and day, but it is pretty darn close to night and day. It looks like someone who's being a lot more efficient with their paint use as well, right? Again, the Space Marine on the left, he looks like, he might have been overprimed, then a lot of base coats applied, and then heavy highlights and stuff like that. Versus, being a little bit more precise with your painting and your time. Yeah. And you also looks like you're a lot better with your color control as well, because going from that deep blue up to the lighter blue versus the previous effort where it seemed like you might have been more intimidated by using that darker blue. I don't know if intimidated is the right word, but yeah. Ruben sent the first batch again. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, saw it. Thank you, Ruben. Looks, yeah. I mean, like the painting, I wouldn't say it's night and day, but you've definitely progressed. I mean, that's obvious, right? And of course, it sounds like you don't get that much time to practice, and so you definitely want to be effective when you only have, say, 1 day a month, right, to sit down and enjoy your hobby time. If that's the case, I know I'm sure you're not the only one who is in a very similar type of situation where you don't get to hobby that often, and that's fine. I mean, like, it's a hobby. It's supposed to be there when you have the time, right? And you shouldn't treat it like a chore or anything like that, because then it's not a hobby, right? Hobby, you're supposed to enjoy it. You're supposed to love it, and look forward to it when you have the time. And if you can't sit there and paint your miniatures because you got other things weighing heavy on your mind, yeah, you got to go take care of that stuff, right? Because hobby time is supposed to be your personal time for you to relax and enjoy yourself. And if you can't do that, you gotta self-reflect and look, well, why is it that I can't sit here and concentrate on my painting? Oh, it's because I got to go take care of this. I got to go, clean the house. I got to go, walk the dog, or whatever it is, right? Study for school, whatever it is, right? So, I'm sure you guys have heard me say this a million times, but yeah. Oh, jeez. Phone keeps buzzing. All these bills. Heretic Scott, the lightning is crisp. Yeah, the lightning was good. Yes, definitely. Broker, that skull looks... Okay, calm down. The skull looks really good along with the vibrant blue. Yeah, definitely with the Reavers, the way they are now versus how he was going. Holy crap, molies. How you were painting before, yeah, you don't really see that deeper blue that you see in your latest efforts, right? And that's really good because that gives you that nice vibrant blue, because that blue you're using, if you really kind of look at it, you see a slight purple cast to it, right? It almost looks like it's shifting into purple, and that's what it is. And so back in the day, when you see that slight purple shift, you're like, geez, is that right? That doesn't look right. I should just add black to the blue and make it dark, right? And that's usually our first inkling. If we're going to start mixing and changing color around, is that, well, I'll just add black or I'll add white instead of, shifting with more purples or more greens, or you know what I mean, and start shifting the color off in other directions that are effective, right? But anyway, very, very cool. Thank you for the email, Ruben. 2.5 megs per pix. Yeah, that I don't know why it made them, because it looked like it made them more like it was attached to your Google Drive, and I don't know why it did that. Because usually that's the case. When they're big files, then your Google automatically puts them in the G drive for you, and then you need to share them, and that's pain in the ass. Whereas if you send it as an attachment in the email, it just obviously attaches to the email, right? I don't know. I don't work at Google. What time are we at here? Holy Corollas, we're 10 minutes over time. So let's get to another email. This one is from our good buddy Dave. Oh, Disco Duke. Disco Duke. Hi, Kris. Thought I'd drop you an email as I'm watching again today. You're watching again today? I've managed to get some painting done recently, especially with my positive COVID test. Yeah, he posted in Discord the other day. He tested positive. Hopefully you're staying safe, and hopefully it's not wreaking havoc on you. Luckily, I seem to only have minor cold symptoms, which I'm grateful for. Yeah, definitely, because, well, shit, motherfuckers are dying from this. Hope you like these Dreadblade Harrows from the Mortal Realms magazine. One is done, and one is work in progress. Once I've done the second one, I'll be on to the Knight of Shrouds, and I'll be doing him in the same fashion. Would you have any CNC, especially in regards to getting some contrast on the capes and horse material, but keeping it fairly dull and muted? Stay safe, Disco Duke, Dave. Dave's not here, man. So yeah. Oh yeah. I really like the texture he added to these guys. Now, I've seen you post this model, and I think I've seen it also on the Instagram side of things. The fire. I would have done the fire building closer towards the body and getting darker out towards the ends, the fingers, right? But that's just me. Getting brighter on the cloth. I mean, you got so much texture there. A light dry brush. You could tint the cloth, with another color. I'd probably go with a dark blue, really. Just because you have so much blue going on, and it'll make the bone areas pop more. I'd probably weather the metal bits, like the reins that he's hanging on to, and maybe the rim around his helmet. The sword as well, a bit more of a rustiness to it, just to make it look ancient, because you have such a great texture going on the cloak. And in fact, the cloak, the rider, and the horse, you could also shift the tone of the coverings on the horse and the rider to create a bit of separation. So, for example, you could push more blue on the coverings of the horse, stay within a truer blue, more like the flame, and then the rider, he could push towards more of a blue green or even a blue purple, right? And give him a slight variance that way. Slight. I'm talking slight. And in fact, to build on what you've already established here, you could just thin those down and then push the tone or the value into the recesses and make the shadowy points a bit more pushed toward blue, as opposed to this. It looks more like in the picture here. It looks more like a brown black, but that might be the lighting. It might be a warm light that's making the black look more warmer than it actually is. But I love the texture, like the ripped up cloth and everything like that. That looks great. Sorry, I'm drinking my cold coffee. Excuse me. Sorry for everybody who's got headphones on. Yeah, I would weather the metal bits. And if you were adding a bit of color to the rider and the horse's cloth, yeah, I would just add a slight blue into the shadows. You don't have to change the highlights at all. You can glaze in. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, but the big one for me, though, I think, for me, realistically, is the flames. I would put the flame sources brighter. Like on the very front hoof, the one that's furthest forward, you've got the beginnings there where it looks a bit more, I wouldn't say natural, but fire is often brighter at the source rather than at the fingers, at the ends of the flame. I realize that some flames, yes, burn brighter at the ends, like a blue flame tends to look a bit brighter at the end of it than at source. At source, it's actually quite vacant, but I think just to add to the spectral nature, and that way you can, you would have it brighter where it connects up to the body, or where the source is, right, and then get darker out towards the ends of the fingers. And actually, in the recesses, it would be brighter and build darker out towards the extreme portions. That way, it feels a bit more. I don't want to say hotter, because that's not what you're going for. But more closer to the source, so that you're imagining that the ghost horse itself is emanating this aura. Is this the last one? No, it's another one. Yeah, and so you're imagining like he's the source of this ghost fire, right? Yeah, it's a lot of fun though. I like the texture, man. Now, the fibers of the cloth itself, are they rigid, or are they just free flowing? Like, do they move easily, or or are they set and they become rigid? I'm kind of curious. Because basically where I'm going with this line of questioning is, could you have, when you're laying the cloth down, could you have sculpted them a little bit more and shaped them so that they felt a bit more, there was a bit more movement? Because some of the cloth bits that kind of stick straight down, and the movement of the horse and everything like that looks really great, and the cloth is kind of just coming straight down, versus if you had those parts and then they bent and they just kind of swayed a bit more so that it feels like the horse is moving, and then all that cloth and all those little dangly bits are all, flowing with as the horse is moving, right? I'm just curious about that. I don't know. Disco Duke, you are here. Okay. Let's see here. Mike Grimshaw, I really appreciate the wisdom when you say to get your mind right to hobby. The pandemic has been a bit hard on my mind state, so my hobby time has suffered. But when I do get the inspiration to paint, it feels great. Yeah, well, and that's the thing, right? Inspiration. Don't wait for inspiration to come. Just sit down, Start puttering around for stuff, right? Don't wait for it. Inspiration, a lot of times, a lot of people think inspiration just all of a sudden comes to you. Oh, and then I'll start painting and blah, 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 you know? And I often find that's not how it works, in my experience. And Pablo Picasso, quote that's often attributed to him, is one of my favorites. You know, it's inspiration finds us when we're working. And I find that very true. That, you know, sitting around waiting for inspiration to happen, it never happens. It's very rare. It's what you think might be inspiration is that kind of the idea in the shower kind of moment when you're in the middle of doing something mundane. But that's what I'm saying though, is like when you're sitting at your hobby desk or your work area or whatever it is, and you want to get to something and you want to do some painting, but you're not really quite there yet. Well, start doing some assembly and start cleaning the models, taking your time and properly preparing your models. Or maybe you want to get into some base coating and just start laying some base coats down, right? And then all of a sudden you'll start to feel it, and then all of a sudden, okay, I'm going to go back to my project that I was spending some time on. I want to do a really good paint job on. Okay, now I'll get that out because now I'm kind of warmed up, right? Athletes have to do the same thing. Athletes have to warm up before the big game, right? And when you're painting and you want to do a really good paint job, yeah, you got to get warmed up, and then you get to it. You don't just come in cold, because you could, but you got to warm it up. You got to lube it up before you jam it home. Same thing with painting as well. Disco Duke, I'm with you with the color on the flame. Glad you like the textures. Yeah, they are rigid. Set with super glue. Oh, okay. Was considering a cotton wool wisp around the sword as well. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And then just create like a thing. Yeah. Give it a shot. Give it a try. I mean, if you don't like it, it's super glue. You can always just crack that off, slightly sand it, and save it. I mean, no loss. But this is the third one I've done. I think I'll be able to try a few new things like motion in the cloth as I practice. Yeah, definitely. Give it a shot. See if you can. As those things down. Because I don't know how rigid it is. Like if they're rigid, like, you're going to poke your finger on it, like it'll puncture skin kind of rigid. Or if it'll just simply bend and blah, 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 right? Because, like, are they plastic? I don't know. I assume they are. I mean, it could be cloth for all I know. But anyway, yeah. See if you can create that sway, right? So that you continue that feeling, that sense of motion that those models have, because those models have fantastic sense of motion to them, right? The flames and everything like that, the pose, and so when you're adding that cloth texture to it, I'd like to see that flow with them, because the way they go right now, it just feels kind of just, and yeah. But that's really the only thing, other than pushing the color variants, pushing a bit more color. Don't be afraid of the color. Don't be afraid of color. It almost sounds like we're going to get into some racist talk. Don't be afraid of it, And, yeah. Old man Logan. Lube it up before you jam it home. Good Lord, Kris. What? That's just sound advice. I mean, come on. No fucks given. More emails? Elbow bump? Yeah. Oh, yeah, there's more. Yeah. I got one more from TH we're going to do. Heretic Scott. Hello, Monkey Lord. You have most likely seen this dude already, but I figured I'd get your feedback on it. This is my final scheme for my homebrew legion, Soul Reapers of the Unbound. They are wraith-like warriors that extract souls from victims and use their power to infuse their weapons and amplify psychic abilities. The Unbound comes from the idea that they are not devoted to a single Chaos God. Instead, they care about the warp as a whole. Ooh, holistic Chaos Warriors. They're holistic. Souls with a particular strong characteristics are offered to one of the several Chaos Gods For example, souls with strong hatred for demons are offered to Khorne. Strong magic souls are offered to Tzeentch. I would assume, etc. Scribbling some fluff definitely helped with getting the right vibe with this army. Cheers, as always, Heretic Scott. And so, yeah, I recall we were talking about you wanted to help get that cloth in his loincloth to pop a bit more. You know, at the time, you were just strictly a brown tones, a very warm feeling, and I'd suggest throwing that slight blue that you have going on in the upper portions of the armor. I dig it. The face mask, the blank face, that's freaky deaky, and it's got that green hue to it, almost like the sharp highlights in the rest of the armor. It's very interesting. You got the bone and the weather veins of the Khorne portion of the helmet. I like the weathering, the orange in the weathering. Overall, the color scheme is very, very interesting. I like it. And yeah, we have seen this as Heretic Scott was posting these in the Discord. Really nice edging on your metal trim. I like that. Nice and clean, despite being weathered. Yes, of course. The work on the axe is really good. I like your work there. That weathering, got that nice transition there. Looks like a series of glazes. You see how you got that really nice defined edge on the shoulder trim? Is that present on the axe blade? Is it just because it's out of focus that I don't really see that level of edges? Maybe it's just because the camera's out of focus, maybe? Ooh, a little eyeball in the gun. Okay, maybe it was the camera. Yeah. It's a very interesting color scheme. I dig it. I like that the eyeball has that slight glow in it. Real nice work on the bone, too. I really spent time bringing out that texture. Your chips or cracks in the armor, your light sourcing is in the wrong direction. So you see where your brighter color is? That should be underneath the dark tone. Because that's where the light would fall if the light is falling from above. If your light was projecting up, then your highlight placement is correct. But yeah, you reverse it. So wherever you have your dark tone, your highlight, the light tone, would be underneath the dark tone because it's representing that edge where they're separated. That edge is catching the highlight. Does that make sense? But otherwise, this is fantastic painting. Like your use of color in glazes and stuff is really, really good. I like the weathering. There's a lot of love here, man. And I dig it. I dig love. I dig it, man. Dude. I like the eyeball. It's nice and the iris is really nice and clean. I like that. It's an interesting color scheme, and I like that you're doing your own thing, man. I dig it. I think the only thing is I don't know if it was just the way that the picture is. I think I'd like to see that little harder edge, especially on like the cutting edge of the axe, and that where like I don't know what the hell that edge is called, where it comes up from the cutting edge and then comes along the main portion of the blade. I'd like to see just a little bit more of that sharper highlight there. I realize that you probably don't want to feel less weathered, but I mean, I don't know. Again, I think it might be because the camera's out of focus, but at least on that portion of the thing. I like the work on the helmet. I like those brighter tones kind of soaking in. It almost looks like verdigris, but it also has this kind of spectral like vibe to it as well. I don't know if that is what you're going for, if you're going for a weathered look, or if that's kind of this eerie glow coming from it. But either way, I dig it. It looks interesting. And again, because you're going with something that you've just made up, any kind of abnormalities that that we often associate with certain looks, you can say that it's my color scheme. It's like, I chose it to look that way. What are you talking about? Heretic Scott. Yeah, he edged the axe as well. Just a little out of focus. It is out of focus? Okay. Unfortunately, I noticed the chips after they were finished. Yeah. Yeah, so whenever you have the dark, right, the brighter tone goes under the dark tone, and that represents that where that break is. Like, see, kind of like you imagine, you know what I mean? I can't even see if I'm illustrating this properly, right? No, it's not really. But you see how, like, yeah, you have a brighter edge, right? And so, like, if it was a chip there, right? I think you understand what I'm talking about. I'm trying to illustrate it with my hands, like I'm doing Tai Chi here or something. Broker. All these Marines with the skulls on their faces and shoulder pads are absolutely amazing. Love them. Yeah, definitely. Heretic Scott. The bluish patina on the helmet could be interpreted as weathering or spectral energy. I get what you mean, though. Yeah. Yeah, I dig it. I like how that green in that helmet, and if you do that across them all and have the whole unit feeling like that, like they have like this funky glow, and in fact, that might even something you might want to play into, like in the neck, in the crease of the neck, you might want to deliberately add that glow. Just create in that crease. That's it. You don't have to try and project it up or anything. That just have it in that crease, and that will add to that feeling that through the armor that they have this, glow coming out of them, right? And maybe that's why they wear the armor, is because they're all glowing. Who knows? It's chaos. It's made up. You can envision it any way you want. And, again, yeah, your models, man, you bought them. You do whatever the hell you want to them. Whatever you want to them. That sounds bad. It sounds really bad. Okay, last email. What time? Holy cramoles, we're 30 minutes over time. Well, 29 technically, but anyway. Last email. This is from our good buddy. No fucks given. This week's work still got a few things left on the captain, and this is the DW/captain and Raptor's Blade Guard. What's the DW? What's DW? I don't know what DW means. Oh, look at this. Oh, he's got the axe. Okay, hold on. I gotta switch cameras here. There we go. I like this. I like it because he's got the Necron weapon. Like he just took that off some son of a bitch. He says, "You know, I'm taking your freaking axe," which was probably attached to him. I call the skulls. Oh, did you do the wiring? You took like the skull pack and then embellished the shield further with more skulls. Very, very cool. And you got the Death Watch shoulder pad. Oh, Death Watch, DW. Yeah, I'm a dummy. Ignore me. You probably responded by saying, it's Death Watch, dummy. Yeah. Oh, he's even got the Necron cloak on his back. Okay, cool. And Death Watch, yeah. He would totally have like all sorts of aliens on his shield, right? You got the Gene Sealer, you got an Orc, Necron, some sort of demon monster thingy. Yeah, the Dark Eldar dude at the bottom there. I can't remember what the hell. Or no, is that a Plague Bearer? Oh, it's probably a Plague Bearer, right? And the long-haired thing, is that a Kroot skull? Is that what that one is? You need an Eldar and a human, because the heretics and the Eldars. And then you have all your bases covered. Now, what would be cool thematically is in your gaming group, if everybody plays different factions, you throw a jab at your friends, because, friendly jab is okay. If your friends play Blood Angels, then you have like a Blood Angel helmet on there. If they play Eldar, you have the Eldar skull in there. If they play Orcs, you got the Orc skull. You know what I mean? And of course, you throw that slight little jab at them by doing it in their color scheme, especially if they've done a custom color scheme. If it's just a Blood Angel player, then, you cover all the Blood Angel players, but otherwise, you embellish these trophies, especially if you pull off a win, then you brag. You brag and you say, I got the win against my buddy. He plays Tyranids, so I'm going to throw a Tyranid skull on here because, fuck him. You know what I mean? It's just friendly, things like that. Oh, he's a Salamander. Of course, too, I don't know, this kind of activity of wearing the Necron stuff and having a Necron weapon, that might be seen as heresy, so be careful. the Inquisition doesn't show up at your door. Really nice work on the highlights here. I like the green. That green's really nice with that slightly darker gray. It's not all the way black. At least it doesn't look all the way black here. Nice and clean. Oh, look at these guys. They're all gillied up. It almost seems a little counterintuitive to imagine Space Marines being all gillied up. But it would make sense, right? But, I mean, like, could you imagine these Space Marines, these 10-foot warriors running around all gillied up in their powered armor? I mean, it's like Swamp Thing chasing you down, trying to kill you. I like it on just their shoulders. Just kind of partial gillied up. I like that, rather as opposed to like the full gilly. Yeah, I like it just on the shoulders like that. I like it like that. I realize that it's kind of just defeats the purpose of being gillied up, and then, you know, you have other parts of you fully exposed. But I've often interpreted Space Marines being more like, you know, medieval knights, right? Like they wear bright colors. You know, it's kind of like Bretonnians, right? They have all the bright colors because they're displaying. They're warriors, right? And anybody who has proper, you know, warrior culture, warriors are always in full display, in full peacock mode, because it's a challenge to your enemy to try and, you know, take a trophy off you. Like, for example, like, you know, Native American warriors, well, Ojibways, we would wear, like, the warriors would wear a top knot on the top of their head. And that's a challenge to your enemy to grab that and obviously, you know, remove it from you, right? When the scalping thing became a thing. But yeah, I dig that. I like that. What is that gilly stuff material made from? I have no idea what that is. It looks very convincing, like as a scale representation of what a ghillie suit would look like at this scale. And I'd like to know what that is. What did you use for that? Because it's really good, and I would highly, highly suggest doing that, or trying it at least on a Space Marine Scout, because it looks the part. It looks the part. No fucks given. They are the Raptors. Cool, yeah. But you can literally arm them with a Xenophase blade. Oh, really? Okay. Cool. A gillied up, yeah. Disco Duke, gotta go. Takeaway here. See you next week. Yeah, see you later, dude. No fucks given. I tore threads from a red rag. I imagine the blade guard sneaking up for an attack. Yeah, I don't imagine Space Marines sneaking around, but I mean, you totally can. There's no reason they can't, right? Because, I mean, like, realistically, the lore for powered armor is to enhance the wearer. And so Space Marines are already really kick-ass. And so a Space Marine suit really technically should enhance their movement. So if they move quietly, then they should make, like, no sound, right? And you can imagine Space Marine armor making no sounds. It operates very quietly, right? Just maybe a light hum or something like that. But otherwise, you know, you can imagine a Space Marine suit makes no sound. Of course, you can also imagine them making tons of sound, and, you know, hiding is, you know, pointless, right? Because this big freaking power suit, and, you know, bullets and stuff deflects off it, and, you know what I mean? Like, you know. But anyway, no fucks. But that's how Raptors and Raven Guard work. Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to, like, because some of those snipers, that ghillie, that texture, whatever you used, like, I'd like, what exactly did you do? Like, write an email. I won't read it this week, but yeah, because I really like how you achieve that, and I'm curious how you did that. Broker, doing some sort of swamp ghillie Marines would be totally awesome. Oh yeah, totally. I mean, like, I can totally see that there. Although I'm not crazy about the whole Marine being covered in it. But like the Space Marine Scouts, where, you know, he's got, like, just draped over his cloak and everything like that. Like, even if half his cloak looked like the ghillie material, that would be really cool. And the Space Marines themselves, I like it just on like on their shoulders, like even just one shoulder, it looked like it was gillied up and like it was draped or something like that. That looks really cool. You know, yeah. Ruben Matnoff, the Alpha Legion and Raven Guard would like a word, Kris. Heck, even the Night Lords would take a piece. What, being really quiet? Again, you can imagine it different ways. I mean, it's, again, plot armor, right? It can be whatever you want for storytelling, right? So, you know, it doesn't really make a big difference. I mean, it's, you know, you can argue it either direction and both are valid. I mean, you know, it's quiet for sci-fi reasons and it's noisy for sci-fi reasons. It's indestructible for sci-fi reasons, and it's, you know, it's easily penetrated by Tyranid creatures for sci-fi reasons, right? So, you know, sci-fi reasons. It's whatever the story dictates, right? It's, you know, it accomplishes. It's plot armor. It's 2:38, and you know what? I've been trying to maintain this as part of this show. And so I'm going to go over to the Instagram side of things. For some of you who don't feel like writing an email, but you can use the hashtag #WayTheBrush. Well, not the .com part, but you can use #WayTheBrush hashtag, right? But anyway, we're going to jump over really quickly because actually I don't think there's too many tags here that we use this week. But yeah, we got a Dark Eldar. This is from Alex7. Dark Eldar. I think a matte varnish. Is it a metallic on the hull? If that's is it a color shift? I was gonna say you throw a matte because you have that transfer and I can see the edges of the transfer, but you could probably throw a gloss on it, and that would just help marry that transfer into that surface. If this is a metallic, and I'm getting the impression it is, might even be a turbo dork. Oh, test of best iron test color shift paints on. I agree. Dark Eldar, yeah. There's a color. It goes from a green to a purple, and it's fantastic. It looks like what the what is the Huron? Not Huron. Asdrubal effect. The black-hearted. Whatever the hell they're called. I can't remember. Anyway, yeah, looks fantastic. Oh, I didn't give it a like. I'll give it a like. There we go. Gave it a like. Alex V2 on his Drukari. Yeah, look at that stuff. Am I on the right window? Yeah, I got it on the right window. And it's nice painting. It's nice and clean. And I dig it. Look at, he's got even the highlights on the gemstones. I mean, if you want to get good at painting gemstones, paint an Eldar army or Dark Eldar army, and yeah, you'll definitely get there. This one's from Ave Dominant. I could tell just by the initial picture. Decided to take a break from the Minotaurs and work on some unfinished custodes I had for a while. Yeah. Oh, I like the base. I like the little leaves. I like the end of the spear tip. I like that. Nice highlighting. Nice metallics. Very good. Nice and clean. Ooh, I like the little splash color in there. Yeah, really nice work. Oh, I didn't give it a like. Gave it a like. There we go. You got a like out of me. Heretic Scott. Oh, I already gave it a like. But there you go. We saw this one. We don't need to relive it, do we? No, it's really good work, bud. It's really good work. And then here's Disco Dukes. I already gave this one a like, yeah. Yeah. See, I like see on the bottom portion where you see like the strands kind of sticking out. I'd like to see those sway a bit more, so they don't interfere with the flow of the fire. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah. Because you almost get that sense on the rider and the back end of the horse. See how the pieces are splayed and they're heading back? I'd like to see that on the front portion, how they're kind of bent as they're swaying with the flames. Yeah. Yeah. It's a really fun piece, though. It's really great texture. I dig it. Ooh, look at this. A Zinch Dreadnought. Who's this? Painting Minis, 1990. Okay. Well. get a like out of me. Really nice work on the blue. I like the little transition to the blue. I like the little edging, nice and clean. Kind of got like a non-metallic metal vibe going on in the metal trim. I don't know if it's a metallic or if that's just pure color. Looks like it's a metallic. Doing a non-metallic metal on true metallics. Nice work on the gems. Overall, really nice and clean. Like the little magenta flames. Nice little splash of color there. Oh, and the eye lenses too. Tie that together. Yeah, I like it. I think the center of the icon probably could be the same color as the body, but, you know, big whoop. No, it's really good. Oh, there's more pictures. See, I always forget there's other things going on. I'm an idiot. Sorry. Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, I really like your transitional work on the blue. Yeah, das ist good. Whoa. Ends with a video. Gotta be careful sometimes. Somebody might throw in a dick pic or something in there. I don't know if Instagram allows dick pics, but better not. I don't have the sound on either, so if he's talking about something, I don't know. But very, very cool. Thank you, Paint Minis, for using the hashtag Way of the Brush. And yeah, keep posting. It goes for everybody. Keep posting. Just keep swimming. Here's some Necrons. This is from, Alex V. And I'll give it a look. There we go. I like the green on the scarabs. Very contrasty. Oh, you got a bit of blue going on in the helmets there, on the heads. Oh, I want a closer look. Oop, no, wrong way. There we go. Oh, could I just went that way? Oh. Yeah, I like to work on the scarabs. I like that little transition on the around the orb. And the warriors, they have that little blue on their helmets and it looks like on their shoulders. Is that a transitional paint, like a color shift paint, or is that just like clear and you threw it over the metal? What did you do? I like it. Did we see this last week, Brother Otis? I'm thinking we did. There's really nice work on this one. Yeah, I think we did. Because we saw this Eldred. Yeah, Disco Duke. Yeah. Yeah, we're all caught up. Yeah, so there's only a few this week, but that's okay. As we do this on a regular basis of, using the hashtag Way of the Brush. I think that was it. Is that it? Yeah, that was it. Yeah, because we looked through the rest. Yeah. All right, so I'll close that. Sorry, I'm looking at these comments here. Where am I here? No fucks. The blue to black is nice. The Custodes got all the swag. Jabba's left nut. Kris, is there a color shift that goes from a black to a gray? I don't think so. I don't have my Turbo Dorks on hand, but a color shift that goes from black to gray, no. Because usually it's all about colors, right? So it goes from like a blue to a purple, or like that kind of thing. Yeah. Go away. But a black to a white, or even a black to a gray would be really cool. As far as like a color shift is concerned, yeah. Go Starman Deluxe. I don't think Instagram technically allows dick pics, but they definitely are on there. Oh, really? You know, do you? Or if you send out a few and didn't get flagged. Ghost of Starman. I like this Instagram segment. I find it somehow refreshing. Yeah, it's kind of fun, right? I think I need to throw it in before I do emails or long after emails. I think I got to break it up a bit though. But yeah, just a quick check on the Instagram side of things. Just see what everybody's posting, because some people don't want to post or do email, or maybe you just don't have time to do an email, and maybe you don't have a question. You just want to show off what you're working on. And Instagram's a great way to do it. So yeah, of course, if you're brand new to this hobby, and you want your questions answered, you can always submit your questions to Kris@wayofthebrush.com. It is in the description below, as well as a link to wayofthebrush.com. Central hub of all this silliness has links to all social media, as well as Discord. Join us on Discord. A lot of fun. We keep the conversation rolling there. And only one rule: don't be a dick. Of course, you also find at wayofthebrush.com t-shirts. Want to help support the cause? Look like a connoisseur of all that is good and holy in this world. They're wearing a Way of the Brush t-shirt. And of course, if you purchase yourself a shirt, send a picture of yourself in your shirt tastefully, and I will add it to the Monkey Shrine. I might even add the tasteless ones as well. But so send it to Kris at Way of the Brush. Oh man, I lost my train of thought already. Also at wayofthebrush.com is a link for Patreon. It's how I keep the lights on. It's how I keep this channel going. It's how I, be able to continue to do the work that I do. It's Patreon. You want to help me continue to do what I do? Patreon. Varying tiers of support. Just click whatever makes sense to you. And there is perks associated with certain levels. So check it out. Patreon. And everybody who is currently supporting me on Patreon, a huge, huge, huge thank you to everybody, as we wouldn't have gotten this far without your support. Oh, I wouldn't have. I say we, like the collective we, really. Because we're a team. We're a team. You and I, we're a team. You and me, team. Right? You and I. Is there a you and I in team? No, there's not a you and I. But there is now. We're a team we. A team we. A team we. We're a team we. If you're not able to support monetarily, i.e. money, thumbing up the video, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing, and all that other stuff helps the channel grow. Because as you interact with the video, it's the algorithm. It all appeases the algorithm gods. That's what it is. So all that helps the channel grow as well. And all it takes is a couple clicks of a button, and you're helping me out a great deal. So please, maybe consider doing that as well. Team we. Team we. We're team we. Because it's you and I in a team, right? We're a team. You and I are a team. Team we. Oh, man. Is that an actual word? I see Broker typed it out, and now I'm seeing it, and I was like, is that a word? Is that a team we? Or team we? Team we? Holy shit. Broker, use channel points to unlock an emote. Bye, Kris. Later, dude. Oh, and we posted the Way of the Brush emoji. The emoji. It's me, Seppi. In only my shirt. I'm on it. Yeah, no bottoms or anything. Just dick pics, yeah. Come on, I don't want to post any dick pics. I'll get flagged. Team we. Team we. Oh, team we, like in French, yeah. Oh, bonjour, team we. Goes the Starman. Who needs the A-team when you are in the team we? That's it, right? Okay, I'm trying to do my ending spiel here. Okay. Big thank you to Carl, a.k.a. Guymere Alfer, a.k.a. Beer and Blood Bowl. It's his YouTube channel. Check him out. If you love yourself some beer and you love yourself some Blood Bowl. We always take the time to thank Carl, even though he is no longer with us, for taking the time out of his busy day to create the email jingles that play before the email segment of the show. It's always much love to Carl. And of course, much love to my baby brother, Evan, who, for creating the intro, outro music that plays at the beginning and end of the show. So always much love to my baby bro, Evan, for being such an awesome dude and being such a talented artist. Much love. And of course, if you're into rare comics, Evan's got the hookup. EB Comics. In the description below. He's basically the white van, and he's got like the trench coat. He opens it up and says, "What do you got?" He's got your hookup. If you're looking for some rarities, he's got your hookup. Or he might just flash you in the coat. I don't know. He's a bit like me, but worse. I'm sure he really appreciates that endorsement. He's a bit like me, but worse. It's me, Seppi. Hey, you said tastefully. My dick pics are art. I don't even want to know if that is a thing. Tasteful dick pics. Holy shit. Is that a thing? Tasteful dick pics? I don't even know. Ghost of Starman. Speaking of supporting, I've been meaning to order a shirt. Might do that this evening. Well, actually, Ghost, I've been meaning. Send me, email me your shipping info, because I'm going to send you a shirt. The What is Best in Life? I'm going to send you that one, because you were a large part of that one, and so I'm going to send you that. So send me your shipping information, Ghost, and I'll send that off to you. I'll just order you one, and then I'll just send it off. So, Ghost, if you're still listening, send me your shipping information. I don't care if it's your address at school, or if it's your home address, whatever, or if it's a P.O. box, whatever it is. Do they have P.O. boxes in the UK? I imagine they do, right? I don't know. But either way, send me your shipping information. Wherever it's going to get to you, send that address to me, and I will send you a shirt. The What is Best in Life. Broker. Bye, Kris. We're still Team We. See you next Saturday. It's me, Sebby. Black and white makes it classy. Yeah, a dick pic in black and white definitely is always classy. Especially if you got like a bit of the bokeh going on, where like the background's a little blurred out, and you got like little artifacts going on. Oh, and then there's a film grain filter on it. You know, yeah, it's really artsy. Broker, are you taking pics in black and white noir filter? Yeah, exactly. Just. What is French for dick pic? Because that's what we'll call the category is because it's got to be in French, right? So that has a très classy, right? So, what the hell is penis in French? What is penis in French? I don't even know. Vignette. Oh yeah, it's got to have vignette around it as well. Fuck. Oh shit. That's one of those filters that I've actually tried to stop using in whenever I'm editing photos and stuff like that. If it occurs naturally, I'll leave it. But otherwise, yeah, I don't use vignette anymore, because it's one of those things, especially in a lot of like 40K photography and stuff like that, thumbnails and stuff. Yeah, everybody's using vignette, and harsh vignettes, and it just looks bad. It doesn't look good. Stop doing it. Stop using vignette. Use it sparingly. And if you're going to use it, be very subtle with it. Go Starman Deluxe. I'll probably get it sent to my house address so I can pick it up when I'm home in the holidays. Call it a Christmas present. I saw what you did there. Yeah, whatever address you want it to, bud. Just give me your shipping information. Jabba Lecoq. Classy dick pics. We'll start that as a new trend. I mean, maybe it already is. I have no idea. I'm really not into dick pics, because there's not anybody that, you know, I don't think wants to see it. So, Broker, maybe it's Team We, but we never knew after all this time that you've been repetitively saying penis in French. It might be Team We. Yeah, Team We. Oh shit! It's me, Seppi. Lost me good Photoshop lens flare. Love me a good Photoshop lens flare. Yeah, I love some lens flare too. I'm all about lens flares, all about it. Even if I can get it in camera and like a real lens flare, yeah, I'll do it. Man, Ghost of Starman Deluxe, Lecoq Picture. Broker got the French viewers confused. Yeah, all one or two of them. I used to have, I don't know if they still show up, but I used to have quite a few Germans show up. You know, well, Legion who sends us emails every once in a while. I'm pretty sure he's German. So, but I don't know if there's any French. If there's any like from France, not from Quebec. Although, not to insult the Quebec viewers, but I don't think there's anybody in Quebec either. I don't even know. But anybody who's proper France, yeah, let me know. Broker, guys, we're all in this together. We're all a penis. Team We. It's Team We. Team We equals penis. That's the t-shirt. Hashtag Team We is just a dick pic. Shit. All right, I'm getting the hell out of here, kids. Oh yeah, we're way out. 57 minutes overtime. Jeez Louise. I'll see you guys later. Go enjoy the rest of your day. go get some hobbying done, or go get the groceries, go rake the leaves, whatever you got to do. Go take care of it. Take care of yourselves. And take care of your brushes. They'll take care of you, and I will see you guys later. Later, maybe. I don't know. Probably not. I'll send you all a dick pic. I got you all on my mailing address. I'll send you a dick pic. That's awful.